who's number one?
Welcome to Kalahari Resort in Round Rock, Texas for WNO 31. Tonight, some of the best grapplers in the world take the mat to answer the only question that matters. Who's number one? First, we have 6 athletes looking to prove they have what it takes to make it to the top. Let's kick things off with the undercard. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, he stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighed in at 188.8 pounds. Fighting out of Austin, Texas, representing 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, Sean Magnus!
Well, hello and welcome to Who's Number 131 on FloGrappling. We welcome first to the match, Sean Magnus from 10th Planet Austin, making his debut with us here tonight. He actually runs the MMA program at 10th Planet Austin. Sean trains full-time out of that gym. He's got a good amateur MMA record as well, so expect him to be pretty aggressive from top position.
And in the red corner, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighed in at 181.6 pounds, fighting out of Austin, Texas, and representing Paragon Jiu-Jitsu, Nick Fritz!
Another now local man making his way to the mat. Nick Fritz representing Paragon Austin. Sean, this guy's much more of a guard player. We're going to see some beautiful traps from the bottom. I think you'll really appreciate it.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a classic matchup of a passer and a guard player, so we'll see what happens here.
These guys have trained together, I think they said once in the gi before. So they know a little bit about each other. Let's take a look for the first time tonight at our tail of the tape. You see the slightly elder of the two there, Nick Fritz. Otherwise, everything else is a bit of a wash. I'm sure Sean Magnus will look to use that slight weight advantage. Well, 9 minutes on the clock, should they need them for these preliminary bouts. Our main card bouts up later, live and exclusive on FloGrappling, will be across full 15 minutes. And there's the quick guard pull from Fritz, Sean.
Yeah, Sean was already on those elbow passes. I thought, yeah, he's going to shoot any second now, and then, yeah, Fritz just pulled guard right away. So it's kind of what you said and what we had expected. Guard player now. This will be interesting if he just continues to sit. He's got to find a creative way to not only sit guard, but then, yeah, get something moving.
He does have a good DAS and front headlock game as well, and you saw there his willingness to stand up, try and build some height over the top of his opponent from that guard position. Looking to tie up some grips, and it's a nice tie on the legs, Sean.
Yeah, he was able to collect both of those legs. Got to get his head up now. His head's really low, and so that is kind of why he got pushed out of there. His head was so low, he stayed too low on the legs instead of getting his head up and lifting up the feet and staying on top.
It's tough, right? Those MMA wrestlers, if they don't want to stay down there and they don't want to stay attached to you, they can find a way to create some space.
That was a nice almost entry there. He had 2-on-1, almost sat into an arm drag situation, and Magnus able to get out.
Well, he looked for the shin to shin.
Yeah.
He's got into that single leg X now.
Got to move him around. He's got the knee position, and he'll, yeah, he got it right away. He got it, yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, it seemed like it might have been a little bit loose, Sean.
Yeah, he stayed above the knee, actually. And, yeah, he got it. So he went on the leg, and then Sean was a little slow to turn out, like to bring his knee lines free. And, man, Nick capitalized, got on the heel, and it was well done.
Yeah, you can see.
It was completely isolated. Yeah, it popped his knee.
Yeah,
like
Sean Magnus limping a little bit here, right? I honestly thought he'd high-stepped his way out of it, and he had the defense in place.
Yeah, Nick did a good job of holding the knee when he was turning, and then I think he was able to even execute that with one hand. He got the heel exposure, got his arm in place, and you'll see a replay here. So you see he gets in on the leg nice, right? and there's a turn. You've got both legs over, and then there's the reap, right? So now look at his hand, the hand holding the knee as they roll, and then he was able to get a quick position on the foot and pop.
It honestly looked like he was halfway to tapping before the grip on the heel.
His knee never came out into safety. It sort of stayed inside the legs. It's a better shot. So you can see the knee stays inside the leg. Watch the right hand. Watch this right hand here on the right there. See, he's holding the knee on the bottom right there. You can see him holding the knee in, and he was able to get that. So Nick was able to hold that knee when they turned, and so there was just no way he was able to get his knee free.
Well, for the first time tonight in quick order, let's go ahead and get the official decision here at who's number 1, 31.
After 1 minute and 38 seconds of competition, we have our winner by submission out of the red corner, Nick Fritz.
Well, great work from Nick Fritz. And Sean, a tricky guard, but such an interesting submission, just with the grip on the knee. Essentially, the reap forced the tap.
Yeah, he did a great job of holding the knee while they were spinning. So that knee never came out of the hip line. And then when the heel isolation went on, it must have just been on just exactly right, because you could see immediately it must have popped his knee. So yeah, well done. It's great.
Well, 1 match in the books, 1 submission. Not a better way to start, really. For the first time tonight, let's go ahead and find Alex Wendling, who's knocking around Matt's side with a special report.
Yes, the next prelim matchup is one I know a lot of people are looking forward to. 2 things make it stand out: Grayson Henley's Dead Orchard game and an undefeated MMA fighter, Michael Banach's fire. At the press conference, Banach openly admitted he doesn't think he holds the advantage here as he's stepping into Grayson's jiu-jitsu world, but he doesn't care. His priority in this debut isn't playing safe or winning, it's putting on a show for his WNO debut. Entertainment over victory. A rare mindset in a sport composed of many jiu-jitsu purists, point players, but one matchmakers might fall in love with.
I think the only advantage that I have in this one is I have the 2 other matches to go back and watch and see where I went wrong. And I think another advantage is everyone. I assume everyone's already counted me out. You know, they've submitted me both times, so most people are counting me out, which is fine. Honestly, the performances that I had against him, they're more than they're within their rights to do that. You know, the last 2 performances I had against him were not ideal. So I think this is a chance for me to kind of tighten things up and go in there and try my best to turn the match around and take a win this time. And I think it's this is for the title, who's number 1 heavyweight. So I mean, if I can do it on the stage, I think it'll be huge.
Introducing first in the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighed in at 150 pounds, fighting out of Austin, Texas, and representing Village of Wolves, Michael Banach!
We welcome Michael Banach to the Who's Number One mat. 4-0 amateur MMA record for this flyweight and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt. He says he's going to look to push the pace in such a short match, Sean.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to push, stay scrappy, stay clean. He's got his work cut out with him for a very fast submission specialist.
And his opponent in red, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighed in at 145.8 pounds. Fighting out of Austin, Texas, representing Brazil Fight Factory, Grayson Henley!
Now let me tell you, this guy is a firecracker. 1 brown belt pans recently, 4 matches, 4 subs, 3.5 minutes. That's your gold medal.
Yeah, he throws submissions on from all over the place, very dangerous, and they come fast. So that's what's going to be the challenge for his opponents, is the speed of what his submissions come from, and they're all over. It's not just like guard; it's everywhere. It's well versed.
Yeah, it's the way he throws himself at his opponents and just throws the submissions up. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tail of the tape for this featherweight contest. Couple of years the senior is Michael Banach, and you can see he's a good 4 inches shorter. That's length advantage, of course, for Grayson Henley. He's going to look to go perhaps for his bread and butter, the dead orchard, Sean, that triangle double armbar in. Henley in the green, Banach in the gray and black. And we are expecting a dynamic guard pull from Henley at some point in this opening stanza.
You can't count out flying attacks either. If he gets a collar tie, and Banach holds a collar tie for any reason, never mind. Very nice takedown.
Yeah, good duck under from Michael Banach. Of course, he did wrestle at the University of Wisconsin, I believe, but he's got to do some defense early here.
Right, you got it already. Straight foot lock, that Kayotera style straight foot lock.
I mean, I know he has so many variations there. He likes the pato lock over the top as well.
He just throws him. So he wrapped up the foot on his way over with that outside leg position, and that similar to a De La Riva hook. I don't even know if he had the De La Riva hook set in while he went on that.
Well, we're trying to get the
replay. See it on the replay.
Yeah, here's the replay, Sean. Talk us through the finish, because he went to the rubber guard, the high leg, and then he transitioned to the legs off of that.
Yeah, and it's when Banach pulled out that he decided to went in, but you can see he's already got it. He's got his right hand on the hip right now, and he's just going to track that over, and wham. So you can, this might be a better angle. You can see as Banach pulls out, it's a great time to go under on the legs. He wraps that up, throws his left leg on the outside, puts that, there it is. Still got that left leg position, and he was able to take that straight Achilles there.
Was it straight Achilles, or did it become a bit of an Aoki lock off the back end?
That one's like basically like a straight Achilles from De La Riva hooks, similarly.
Well, let's go ahead.
This one comes to an end just 35 seconds into the match. By way of footlock, your winner out of the red corner, Grayson Henley!
You gotta wonder, Sean, is this guy ever gonna get tired in a match if he doesn't have to go more than about 90 seconds, ever?
Well, he's a submission machine, man. I've watched his highlights, a very impressive young man.
Yeah, I mean, look, he made his Who's Number One debut here tonight, and what more could you ask for? That's one way to get invited back in short order.
Absolutely. We're off to a great start, Josh.
We are. I mean,
great start.
I feel bad for half the crowd that are still filtering in a little bit here to get ready for the main card later, but Grayson Henley, congratulations to him. He goes back to Brazilian Fight Factory, a very happy man. And we've got just one more undercard bout coming your way. It's the phenom, Jocelyn Molina, 13 years old. She's coming up next. Join us in just a few short moments after this commercial break.
go!
On this new era we live in now of super fights, the main goal is get the belt, you know, like be the best of that event, you know. So I really wanted to achieve that, you know, and defend my belt many times possible against the best of the world, you know, because I think this is how you prove today you are the best, you know. It's not anymore you go for world championship anymore, you know. You win a world championship, it doesn't prove anymore you are the best, because mostly of the best guys, they are not there anymore, you know. So how you prove you are the best now is getting a big event, get the belt, defend the belt against the best ones, and be the best athletes, you know. So that's my goal now.
Sean, Felipe is fired up for this one. You know, he's won everything there is, right? He's won ADCC, he's won IBJJF, but he has very firmly set his sights on this heavyweight title tonight.
Yeah, that's right. This is it, right? He hasn't got this one yet, so here he comes.
Yeah, as if there was much else for him to win. That's coming up later, of course, in our main event tonight, live and exclusive on FloGrappling in our main card. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube as we get kicked off tonight. We've got one more prelim coming your way, and it starts right now.
Introducing first, fighting in blue. She stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 167.8 pounds. Fighting out of Austin, Texas, representing Simple Man Martial Arts, Katie Bochenek!
Well, Katie Bochenek joins us here at Who's Number One.
Winning the crowd over with some swag and some food.
This is Uncrustables. It's a nod to the fact that, hey, she's fighting Jocelyn Molina, who's 13 years old, who probably lives off something like Uncrustables. They brought it up at the presser yesterday. It was kind of friendly banter, but she's leaning into it for sure. But look, it's great that she's stepping up here.
And her opponent fighting in red. Standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighed in at 157.4 pounds. Also fighting out of Austin, Texas, representing Kingsway Jiu-Jitsu, Jocelyn Molina!
So a new member of the recently formed Kingsway Jiu-Jitsu here in Austin, and it is, of course, the gym of none other than our former champ, Gordon Ryan. Jocelyn, look, the headline really is she's the youngest ADCC trials medalist in history. Sean, 18 years old. She's taken out seasoned black belts, adults, left, right, and center.
Yeah, and looked incredible on her debut. So we'll see. But just looked absolutely incredible.
She does, of course, have that previous win here at Who's Number One over Amy Grande back at Who's Number One 29. Tail of the tape for our final undercard matchup, women's heavyweight division, 13 years old. And the significantly taller of the two is Jocelyn. Molina, 27 years old, is Katie Bochenek from Simple Man Martial Arts, of course, formerly B Team. She used to be a competitive power lifter, so I do expect her to have a fairly reasonable strength advantage coming into this one. They're going to work that overhook quickly.
Nice little 2-on-1 here, Jocelyn. She tries to go under on the legs, and Jocelyn's wise to that.
Yeah, it was a good upper body tie-up from Molina. She's playing on top here. Bochenek looking for that 2-on-1 grip on the wrist.
Nice leg switch there by Molina to try to come up to the leg drag position. That was a great switch. Right into the straddle position.
She's doing such a good job, isn't she, of staying very, very wide and very low, and she's just put both knees of Bochenek together. Nowhere to go with that guard retention.
Yeah, she has this left near side underhook. I'll see if she advances with that. No, she's going to choose to just let that go up on the head, and advance up to cross-side position.
Nice little switch of the hips to work her way up. She's just trying to beat that right post of Bochenek with the hat. Oh, and there's the power. She tries to bridge her over, but she's given mount up here, possibly.
Yeah, she almost bridged her to the mount. Nice recovery there, back into the half guard. But yeah, she's so tight with her head arm position. I would expect her to just kick that leg out and either go back to the mount or pass here.
She's going to look to try and turn that knee down. There you go.
Yeah, she booted
kicks
that
it
leg.
free,
Yep.
trying to settle inside control again, and it's a good bridge, but she's going to scramble to the back here.
Yeah, one hook in. Now she'll need an underhook with the left side. That left arm should underhook that top arm. And then she's got katagatamis, and she's already shown that she has a great katagatami. So here's where your gift wrap, your katagatamis, they all come from here with that left side. You'll see that left hand go under. Yep, she's looking for it. There's the katagatami, all set in.
Sinking low already.
Yep. Now she turns. There's the side katagatami that she likes. Right there it is. Perfect.
Could be the second side katagatami in a row for Jocelyn Molina. Bucking and writhing is Bochenek.
Yep, she was able to get out there, but she's in it. She's still in it again. So it's this loop here, this system of katagatamis, gift wraps, and as long as Jocelyn can keep her with this situation and she can't get rid of the gift wrap, and Jocelyn stays smart with her legs, she can keep her in this little loop.
And Sean, it also just feels like she's staying so heavy in this position as well. It just feels like her weight is low and crushing and really driving Bochenek into the mat.
Yeah, there Bochenek was able to get out, but that near side underhook, you see this right underhook for Jocelyn. She's walked to the right now, walk to her left, excuse me, and push that knee down, and she's going to be mounted again. So.
Well, our first judge's favor is going to be coming up very shortly, and I don't think it's going to be a surprise, in all honesty. But it's a good survival by Bochenek to get back to a half guard here, or at least some semblance of it.
Yeah, she's able to escape all of the situations so far. Now, Molina really trying to force this Dar strangle. There's the leg pummel out. She turns her. She's still got the Dar strangle there, just waiting, trying to flip her over, which is nice.
Judges favor red.
Again, flips her, now locks on and steps over to the mount with this Dar strangle.
I mean, it's relentless, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really sinking the hips in here. Could be another good finish for Molina. We're not even at the halfway point in this bout, and there it is. Jocelyn Molina, the 13-year-old, notches up her second submission in a row at Who's Number One. I I mean, Sean, that was borderline a flawless performance.
Yeah, she was able to get into that situation where she had underneath the arm in that gift wrap situation, and did such a great job the whole time of keeping in the underhooks, and then eventually she pressed for that Dart Strangle and was able to get it. So there's when she's already stepped over to make that a little bit tighter. Her foot got stuck a little bit. You can see that assist leg come and help, and then it gets wound up tight when you mount like that.
Just another day at the office for Jocelyn Molina.
Yeah, you can see her clear her foot. Now it gets really tight when you're mounted. It sort of twists that strangle really, really well. Takes all the slack out of it. And what a nice performance again.
Well, let's go ahead and head down to the mat, get our official decision here in our final undercard bout.
The end comes 4 minutes and 50 seconds into the action. For your winner by submission out of the red corner, Jocelyn Molina!
Jocelyn Molina is your winner. And Sean, look, she's recently moved to Austin, having formerly been part of Checkmat Olympus in Florida. Now she's at Kingsway with John Danaher and Gordon Ryan. They've got a bit of a habit of developing these young female prodigies into elite adult grapplers. She's only 13. By the time she's 18, what are we going to be seeing?
Yeah, she's following in the footsteps of Helena, really. She's got a good mentor there to follow along that same path of very talented teen up into one of the best in the world. And, you know, I'm sure she's got that same aspiration.
Yeah, then. There may have been a lot of people wondering why a 13-year-old was headlining the undercard when you've just seen exactly why. Let's go ahead and find Alex Wendling. She is with somewhat of a brash personality in Owen Jones. Let's see what he's looking forward to tonight.
Standing by, yes. We definitely are going to have to take a tequila shot after 3-for-3 submissions on this prelim cards. We got fan favorite Owen Jones. I hear he's kind of coming as backup for a guy named Faris, because right now behind us, we got a lot of Six Blades people here to support Shanji. So you know a thing or two about a bad blood match. What did you think about that press conference?
You know what I'm saying? We're here, we're in enemy territory, British finest, you know, we got the king of the gringos here to upset them, you know, we're gonna let them, the Six Blade guys are gonna be crying tonight, you know, Faradino's finest.
There's gonna be a lot of crazy energy, and I gotta ask, you probably have to answer this question wisely. Do you feel like it's a mistake for Shanji to continue to compete?
Definitely against Faris, for sure, man. I'm telling you, people are sleeping on him. That he's been with PJ, he's been doing a proper camp, he's well prepared, he was getting ready for Nogi Worlds. I'm telling you, he's gonna shock the world tonight, for sure.
Well, I know a lot of people won't be rooting for the Legend Slayer, but thank you for having his back, because these guys, you have to worry about them. It is Six Blades here to support Shanji Ribeiro. Give it up one more time for Owen Jones as well.
We're invading enemy territory. Everywhere we go, we're gonna go Brazil, Austin, everywhere, it doesn't matter. We're gonna come out, we're gonna perform, put a show on for the people.
UK bad boys always infiltrating enemy territory. You can always expect that, Josh.
Well, thank you, Alex. I guess I have to stand up for the British here a little bit, don't I? But sure, that's a great matchup we've got coming up later, right? And of course, Shanji and Faris, huge local support for Shanji, a legend. Great to see him still competing at this kind of high level.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love that he's out there doing it up. So it's can't wait for that one.
Well, we've got lots more action coming your way. Of course, coming up next, it is our pre-show. We're going to talk all things main card. A main card, of course, that you can only catch live and exclusive on FloGrappling. Go ahead, subscribe now, but catch us in a few moments here on YouTube for the pre-show. We'll see you again shortly.
Welcome back to Austin, Texas. Christmas is coming early for one of these heavyweights because they're going home with that WNO heavyweight belt. This is your WNO 31 pre-show, Pena versus Griffith. The heavyweight throne sits empty, and Felipe Pena is aiming to cement a 3-0 record over Kingsway's phenom, Luke Griffith. I'm absolutely stoked for this. I feel like it is a long time coming. We wanted to see this originally scheduled for June 28th, but now the time has come. I'm Alex Wendling, that's Josh Palmer, and Sean Williams. This is gonna be an amazing card. Tell me a little bit, Felipe Pena coming in with rage.
I mean, the last of these guys have fought twice before, and it's been, both matches have been crazy. Felipe has actually been on the receiving end of some very troublesome positions, but able to capitalize, reverse, capitalize, and then stick Luke Griffith and finish both of these matches. You can see he finished with the rear naked strangle. You can see he finished with an arm lock. But like, no mistaken about it, he was on some receiving into some bad positions, but Felipe is unbelievable. That is what he does. He is really well versed. You can see his wrestling abilities. He's excellent bear trapping, and when he gets your back, it is so hard to get him off.
Yeah, and we've seen it time and time again, Sean. He's 4-0 here on Who's Number One. Someone else who's got 4 wins is this man, Luke Griffith. You can see here him beating Victor Hugo. Look, we know he's fell twice to Felipe Pena here, but we've said there's kind of some fussiness and extenuating circumstances around those, right? He's had to fight tournament matches, he's had to fight other matches immediately before Felipe. Luke himself doesn't believe that. He's been very pragmatic. He's gone back, he's watched the film, he's sat with his team. He knows what he has to do, and he knows that he has the tools to beat Felipe tonight when it matters, and that is for the Who's Number One heavyweight belt.
Now the question is, who can do it under the bright lights? There's a lot of energy flowing in here tonight, but that's not the only title we have on the line. Helena Cravar defending her WNO featherweight belt against Julia Boscher. It's gonna be a good one. Helena Cravar, give me your take on how unstoppable she is.
She's really unstoppable. I mean, what can you say, right? Everybody you put in front of her, she knocks them down one by one. You're going to see it over and over, right? Traditionally, she looks to pull guard. She looks to get attached to them. She looks to just draw them into her game and very slowly take them apart. And that's usually what happens. It's very tough to find people to face her. Of course, most notably, she's recently coming off winning the biggest prize in the history of women's jiu-jitsu, $100,000 she took home at CGI earlier this year. She's a phenom. She's been doing this since she was yay high. She's now, you know, kind of hitting full adult status, and she's pretty much unstoppable. I'm very curious to see how tonight goes.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, there is a stylistic potential matchup for Julia that she hopefully can capitalize on. You can see a great shot right here. Julia is an athletic machine. She's strong, she's fast. You see her escape that footlock and get on the back here in this particular match, and that's what she'll need, because when Helena gets a hold of you, she grabs you, and there's really like, that's it. There's no going back. She just starts to inch her way into these positions where you get yourself in trouble. Julia, as seen right there, if she can make this match scrappy and use her athleticism and use her movement, she maybe have a shot to get to the back or to upset Helena Cravar.
Yeah, both these ladies are coming in ready, but we also know in that heavyweight women's division, Paige Yvette Clymer versus Gabby Pessanha is gonna be an absolute banger. I'm probably most excited for this one just because 12-time champion in Gabby Pessanha, but Paige Yvette is an absolute gamer. Tell me a little bit more about Gabby.
Well, what can you say about Gabby? What can you not say? She is arguably pound for pound the best woman on the planet. Her record is something like 235-7, and recently she was even interviewed recently where she said, hey, I'm not sure I'm going to do very well no gi because I've just done all gi up to this point, but she has shined. She has incredible footlocks. There you see the pressure that she can put. So a majority of her wins have been by the straight footlock right there. She takes the back, she gets your back, she has an incredible guard. So she is really well versed for the no gi competition. She did very well. A lot of confidence going in here, but you know, if anyone can give her a problem, it's potentially Paige.
Yeah, it certainly could be. You see here, getting the inside heel hook finish on her last appearance at Who's Number One. Look, Paige is physical, she's aggressive, but she's very well-rounded, and she's incredibly smart in how she uses those different techniques. She knows when she needs to wrestle, she knows when she needs to go underneath, use her slightly smaller size, potentially against someone like Gabby, to get in under the legs. And look, she's also a fan favorite. She's very charismatic. She's carrying a lot of support for the fact that she's got a tremendous story, right? She's coming back off knee surgery, a couple of medals at some big competitions, and then she's fighting particularly for a purpose
to grow the sport of jiu-jitsu. It's a great story, and a lot of the reason people here tonight are going to be supporting her.
Her journey is definitely very inspirational, but this main card is absolutely stacked from top to bottom. We even had a late addition in that middleweight division, Oliver Taza versus Chris Wojcik. What else are you liking about this card?
There's a lot to look forward to tonight. Obviously, we'll talk about Shanti and Faris, I'm sure. I'm a big fan of the match we're going to see up next, Abraham and Felipe Costa. I think stylistically, that's incredibly interesting. Fans are in for a real treat tonight.
And then we're kicking off the card with Abraham, Lamontagne, and Felipe Costa. What's there to like about that? Submission hunters.
Yeah, I mean, Abraham, excellent on the feet. Felipe, you blink and he's on your back. So I think the whole card, top to bottom, has the potential to just be a submission fest. Really does, really does. So it's going to feel great.
I love it. And then 2 titles on the line. It is going to be an insane night of submission grappling. I'm so happy I get to experience this with you guys here. It is the last card, WNO card of the year, so you know that we're going to be going out with a bang. Don't forget to subscribe to FloGrappling for all the exclusive content. We have some amazing events coming up in 2026 as well. And reminder to those viewers enjoying the free YouTube stream that not only you will gain access to tonight's main card, but also to a massive slate of live grappling events from all over the world. Here's a look at our live stream schedule for tomorrow. We got ADCC Asia and Oceania Championship. You're going to be watching that, Josh?
I certainly am, live on FloGrappling.
I love it. I think we're going to see Joseph Chen in action there as well. And upcoming in the year, let's take a look at some of the other events over the next few weeks. I know Nogi Worlds is coming up.
That's
For a
right.
second, I was looking at it, I was like, who should I try? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to sit this one out. What about you, Sean? What were you thinking?
Nogi World is amazing. I've got a lot of athletes going to that. It's a host of great events, and you should be watching and tape study. It's amazing.
So much to watch, so much to study, so many athletes on the come up that want to get onto this WNO stage. And one of the ones that is going to make their debut tonight is Abraham Lamontagne. He is kicking off our main card. 2 of the division's toughest emerging talents will face off. Last time we saw Felipe Costa, he had the match of the night in a semifinal run at WNO's Grand Prix, and now he'll welcome to the stage Abraham Lamontagne. Most jiu-jitsu fans know his modified toe hold from reverse close guard as the aid lock, a move the Kingsway standout has now hit 64 times in competition, with about half of those finishes coming against high-level black belts. Now, both these athletes are proven submission hunters, and with legendary coaches like Shanji Ribeiro and John Danaher behind them, this matchup has fans eager to see how it unfolds.
Soap, now the official soap and body wipe of FloGrappling. Protecting you for over 15 years. Defend what you have built.
The sport of jiu-jitsu provides so many with a bigger purpose. You're faced with so many challenges in the sport, including skin infection. And that's our mission. Defense Soap was created out of the need to fight back. And that's our goal here at Defense Soap, to defend what you have built.
Well, hello and welcome back to Who's Number One 31 live from Round Rock, just outside Austin in Texas. My name's Josh Palmer, joined on the mic tonight by Sean Williams. Thank you for joining us live and exclusive on FloGrappling. Sean, we've got a fantastic main card coming up. We're going to get straight into it and kick off with our first bout this evening, Felipe Costa and Abraham Lamontagne. Fantastic clash of styles here. You've got the guy who's going to throw the reverse guard from the bottom versus the kind of aggressive all-round good passer in Felipe Costa.
Yeah, I mean, both of these guys super talented. Like I said, if you blink, Felipe will be on your back. But if you blink, you might be in the reverse guard of Abraham and be on the receiving end of a toe hold. So who knows? It's going to be a great match. I anticipate a very great match.
Yeah, it's debut for Abraham tonight. Of course, Felipe, you've seen once before. Last time, a couple of times at Who's Number One 30. Had a very close match with Dante Leon. And we're going to see, well, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Let's go ahead for the first time tonight and meet Rich Slayton, our MC for the evening.
We're live on FloGrappling from the Kalahari Resort in Round Rock, Texas. Tonight, 14 elite grapplers take the mat to show that they are the answer when we ask who's number one. WNO 31 starts now. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, he stands 6 feet tall, weighed in 204.8 pounds. Fighting out of Austin, Texas, representing Kingsway, it's Abraham Lamontagne!
Abraham Lamontagne, 32 years old, from right here in Austin, Texas, making his debut tonight. Sean, like yourself, he's one of the few guys who actually has a position and a move named after him. It's quite an accolade, isn't it, really?
Yes. Yeah, the A-block's his toe hold, but the way he does it is a little bit modified. So, and it's from that reverse guard situation, so we'll see if he can land that.
And his opponent fighting in red. Standing 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 167.8 pounds. Fighting out of Austin, Texas, and representing Six Blades, Felipe Costa!
Now, Felipe Costa, this will be his 4th match at Who's Number One, and the first of our representatives from Six Blades Jiu-Jitsu tonight. And Sean, how clutch is it going to be for him, having had Ribeiro also in camp at the same time in the gym?
Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty good motivational factor, if nothing more than that. But Felipe has looked better and better every time I see him, so it's just continuing to get better, which is very cool to see. So should be an interesting stylistic matchup.
Yeah, what a great match to start us off. Tail of the tape for this one. It is in the light heavyweight division. Slightly taller of the two fighters, Felipe Costa, but considerably lighter against, I'm sure that's not right at 167, but he is lighter than Abraham Lamontagne. And Sean, just before we get kicked off, you look at the quality of the corners here. You've got John Danaher, Gordon Ryan, and Gary Tonin in the corner of Abraham. And you've got Rafael Lovato and Victor Hugo in the corner of Felipe Costa.
It's some good coaching.
15 minutes on the clock, should they need them. Blue and red rash guard for Lamontagne. All black for Costa. And we've talked, Sean, a lot about the guard of Lamontagne, but let me tell you, don't sleep on his upper body tie-ups, some cheeky kind of judo trips here.
And on the snag single right away. Very powerful. And Felipe jumps guard. He's got a very good closed guard, so.
Lamontagne forcing the top position early, not necessarily what we expected, Sean.
Yeah, no. He had a nice little snag single. Philip just said, all right, you have it. I'm going to make sure that you're in my closed guard. So he may elect to scoop a leg and enter down underneath there if he can't break the posture down, which is what he's going to do.
Gets a good sweep, lets him come up to the body lock. Shuts to the back here. Good work early from the Brazilian.
And this is what I mean, right? You blink, he's on your back. This is what I was talking about. He gets to the back really well from all over the place. Got to push the foot in there. Nice little shot. Instead of trying to loop that left leg, and you push it through, it gets through the hands that way a little bit better sometimes. So you can see that left foot. Now he's getting a little bit low, so yeah, he's going to try to go for a triangle.
Yeah, looking to transition to the attacks from the back here. Lamontagne staying very calm, not actually hand fighting at all here, Sean.
Well, he can run. Well, he's getting a little bit late now. He's going to say he can run out. He's kind of low in the back position, so he could run to his knees, kind of slip the head if he shrugs his shoulders and runs, literally runs and puts his left arm over his head. He might be able to run out of that. Not now. Now Felipe's on his back with a hand around the neck.
Yeah, single low hook in there. Tries to turtle and shake one off. Might have a chance to roll out now.
Sticking that to your body lock. Turtle position. I like the foot play he used earlier, the foot sweep.
Oh, I mean, I can't wait to see a replay of that personally.
Yeah. There's another. Now, if he gets around the corner and knee blocks him, he can break him down, but Abraham hand fighting got out.
Well, first blood very much to Felipe Costa in this bout. Back to the feet standing here. Costa, of course, a bronze medalist at ADCC 2024. Just ran into Giancarlo Bondoni in the semi-finals there. Took out Chris Wojcik, who we're going to see up next, actually, in the bronze medal match.
And jumping guard. Looked like he might have been maybe like trying a flying arm lock-ish. He tried to get around the corner there nonetheless. But
yeah, it's funny, isn't it? When we teach new guys jiu-jitsu and how to jump guard, it's always change the angle as you're doing, right? And really sling the guy down. And there's a great example of it.
Yeah, it's a great idea when you're getting into the guard like that. It helps stop that knee through the middle if you're going to clear the leg, cut that angle. So he needs to take this collar tie off. Unless he literally is planning on going on a flying arm lock, then you don't have to take the collar tie.
A little arm drag there to the body lock, and oh, he's not going to want to give it up, but no option for the ref but to restart them from a neutral standing position.
Yeah, he's shown that a couple different times. A nice arm drag with the far trip on the far leg there.
You know, Lamontagne is an interesting case study in the kind of the new wave of no-gi grapplers, right? He has a lot of wins at ADC Opens and at kind of higher level no-gi competitions, but it's still technically a colored belt. I think it's brown belt currently.
Left hand on the wrist, left hand on the wrist. Focus on that.
There's that arm drag. Now he tries the outside trip. So another snatch single into the double. Beautiful.
Yeah, round across the front very nicely. Go for a lock grip here and shoots the close guard from Costa.
Abraham is saying, yeah, you close the guard after he said stop it.
Well, we're approaching about that time when the judges are going to have to decide who they think is winning so far. See a shot on your screen there, Victor Hugo and Rafael Lovato Jr. in the corner of Felipe Costa. Can't even tell you how many world titles on the mat that is.
Yeah.
Use this.
Overhook here.
Again, he went to the same sweep, not able to come up this time though.
Left hand on the wrist.
Abraham had a hold of the foot, but last time he was able to get both feet to the hips and cleared them when he came up. That time, Abraham held the leg.
Protect your left leg.
Was able to keep him down.
Sean, we did a lot of talking about, you know, the A block and the reverse close guard. How hard is it when you're that good at one specific move? Everyone's expecting it, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows. So, do you think we'll see him go to the well for it? Is he having to kind of disguise it, and possibly it will just pop up a little bit later in the match?
Well, you can get to that from, you know, different positions, not the bottom. You could look to pass and step over the legs, and you can get there from other things. But I don't know how much he likes if people just say that's all he does. He's obviously very talented in all kinds of places.
Well, this is the first time
Judges favor. Red.
That is our first judge's favor. It's going the way of Felipe Costa. Perhaps to be expected, Sean, after the back position and the exposure he had early on, but right now it's Lamontagne making him carry a lot of weight in this open guard.
Yeah, he's leaning in that camping position, trying to make Felipe carry his weight.
Trying to snatch that triangle up. He's going high close guard with the underhook.
Yeah, he just can't quite get around the shoulder yet. He's doing a great job pummeling, getting the head, but he can't quite get those legs around the shoulder.
It's a very big set of shoulders.
Yeah, it is.
Shot in the corner of Lamontagne there. Job done at Gordon Ryan. And Gary Tonin sneaking in for some extra assistance.
Good. Keep dragging that bottom knee away from his knee, from his elbow.
Sure, this is a very overbearing position, isn't it? That long sprawl kind of lead.
Yeah, but Felipe has a very good guard, so he's doing the right things on trying to dominate the arm on the right side, and that's really freeing his right knee so he can bring it back up with relative ease, and then getting his legs back to good position. Like if his knees are in front of the shoulders, really good position for Felipe. If his knees are below the arms, he'll start to feel a little bit more pressure.
A little bit looser passing there. Just constantly fighting for those underhooks on top.
Yeah, you can see the battle for that arm there, that near arm. Very important for both guys, that battle.
Approaching the halfway point in this bout. You do wonder if the tide is starting to turn a little bit, but Costa is throwing up attacks and he's throwing up grips from the bottom here.
Yeah, the foot there's the foot on the hip that Abraham couldn't get really clear when he was almost over the knees, but there was a foot on the hip, sitting on the hip, and he was struggling with that foot on the hip.
Well, we've seen twice before when Lamontagne tries to break this closed guard open. Costa grabs the legs, uses it as an opportunity to sweep, create some sort of off balance. Lamontagne wise to it this time, and he splits the legs again to go back to this heavy posture.
So now Abraham needs to start walking towards the legs here. If he can start to walk a little bit towards that right side, see how he can't quite keep the hand above the knee. That's giving him a little bit of a problem. That's why he's not able to stay there for very long. Felipe's doing a great job of fighting that hand off of that near side leg.
Now trying to clear and go more around the outside now.
Yeah, he's in good position. He's got to watch the head now. Almost a drag here for Felipe.
When you make angles like that, be ready to wrestle up, Felipe.
Just a reminder, this the first of 6 matches tonight on our main card here, live on FloGrappling. Thanks for joining us here in Texas. A great card to end the year here on FloGrappling. We've seen him get a bite on that shoulder a couple of times, but not able to put it to use yet.
Abraham has a body lock, so he can get around the knee line. He's in a good position. Well, can't quite. Yeah, he's around the knee. He's around the knee, and he's in much tighter position now. See if he can stay in there. Nope. Again, he has arm and body lock. See if he can stay around the knee. Yeah, he needs to just keep insisting, isn't it? Now he's backing out a little bit. He'll try to clear the leg with his right leg. Yeah, he's in good position still. He's cleared the leg, coming around the corner now.
You just see the knuckles of Lamontagne are white at this point, trying to keep that body lock grip as tight as he humanly can.
It's actually good, and Felipe stuck his arm in there, so it actually made it worse. He tried to make an underhook, and he got stuck, and that's why he's got mounted right now.
And it's a great pass. Finally, the pressure paying dividends, but look how quickly you can lose it against someone the caliber of Costa.
Oh, he just made a mistake to take the arm out, though. He recovered really well.
Judges favor red.
Well, the judge is still leaning towards Felipe Costa here, assuming it's because of the significant time he had on the back earlier in this match. There has been a lot of pressure lately from Lamontagne, but not cancelling out the early work done by the Brazilian just yet.
Yeah, I mean, Abraham is in here nice and tight. He can slide back to at least the cross side. He can mount now or take the back. He's got to keep the knees through the middle, though. Nice back and turtle. Takes the underhooks.
That's a good opportunity for him here. Is he too high, falling off the top?
He's getting a little bit high.
Comes back on top again. Oh, and they're just going to find the edge of the mat. Let's see what position the referee is going to reset them in.
That was a very good, like, what, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, though, for Abraham. Very dominant.
Yeah, and the difference was it wasn't Costa making grips and off balances. It was purely defensive jiu-jitsu from him. Do you feel, though, Sean, because of the significance of that back position early, that Lamontagne's going to need a clean pass and a mount all the back to even it up here?
Yeah, he needs another 3 minutes like he just had, and that could be that could change the course of what is happening. So
bring it. Let's go.
Again, he's just struggling to get through. So he's still not able to keep the left hand on the knee, which has been a problem. That far side leg has been also Felipe has been able to take it out really well and cause some resetting for Abraham. So he has to reset, go back out. That's a nice Udagatami attempt. He could have stayed on that a little longer.
Well, he tries to wrestle up here, and he's going to give a chance to Lamontagne to pounce on the back again to see if he can set some grips. Oh, trying to get hooks in.
See if he sits to his hip. Felipe sits to his that free hip right there. His left hip sits to the hip and continues to spin. He might be able to come onto the top or at least the half guard. Oh, he's letting his arms get in.
Yeah, turning him over here. Lamotagne's going to try and snag an arm. He's got to be careful here, otherwise Costa's going to come up on top.
Yeah, Abraham got too high on that turtle position, and then you're just sort of forced to try an arm lock, and he couldn't quite get it. Felipe countered very well.
And you got to wonder, with just 2 minutes left, is that going to seal the fate of Lamontagne? It's still plenty of time to work, and from a position we know he's got a lot of capability in, but is he tired at this point? Costa is going to look to sit to the back again.
Uh-oh, looks for a triangle. He's going to push this foot through. Now he's got a back triangle. That's it.
Oh, and that's it. The fatigue sets in. The submission gets the job done for Felipe Costa. Seals the deal here. Who's number one? You really saw a turning point there, didn't you, Sean? It was like that was the one shot for Lamontagne, and when he fell off the top and Costa came on top, credit to him for the finishing instinct.
Yeah. I mean, that was back and forth there. The last 5 minutes we had was really back and forth. Lamontagne just got too high, and when he got spilled off the turtle there, yeah, Felipe really did a great job staying calm, cool, collected. They're both exhausted, and Felipe did a great job.
Well, let's take a look back at some of the replays from that bout, and Sean, this was the first time that Costa had the back of Lamontagne and wasn't able to get the submission there, but switched up a little bit in the middle for a few minutes.
Yeah, and then there was some nice takedown. Again, a lot of just this particular position where they were kind of encamping, and then Abraham started to come on into the turtle position, started to get deep in these passing positions. There was a shot we both thought I thought he was gonna fall off there too, but he was able to maintain that top position. And then here's where he got just too high. And then he had no real choice but to try the arm. And you can watch Felipe just turn out of this arm right there. He turns out of it. And then he was just capitalizing, took, again, right into the back triangle, looped the leg over. Something that he was trying in that first initial back take, but this time he was able to lock it up. Abraham just exhausted.
A good win for Felipe. Costa gets it done by submission, returning to winning ways here. Who's number one? Let's go ahead and get the official decision.
After 13 hard-fought minutes, this finish comes near the end. Your winner by submission out of the red corner, Felipe Costa!
A lot of local support from the Six Blades team, as you would expect. Felipe Costa adjusts his record to 2-2 here on the Who's Number One mat. Good, diligent work from him. The persistence, the cardio paying dividends. Well, let's go ahead. Once he's finished celebrating with his teammates in the crowd. Let's find out how he's feeling. He is with Alex Henley.
We're gonna have to stop the dance party going on here. There's a lot to celebrate. You just got it done, Felipe Costa. Walk us through what was going on through your mind when you got the second judge's favor. You were still hungry to get that submission.
Man, right at the beginning, I had a good view of his back, and I was kind of like thinking, oh, it's too early on. He has good defense. I'm gonna tire myself out, and I was trying to control. And he did a good job by escaping and got on the top. He was really heavy on the top, you know, but I've been training with these guys. Sensei Lovato, Victor, Xande, they are really heavy on the top, you know, so I was aware of what is happening. And right at the end, I could get again to the back, and then I got a nice view of a reverse triangle, and then I got the back. I got the sub, so I'm really happy.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look at that highlight one more time. I'm sure everyone in the audience wants to see the beautiful technique displayed. So who are some of the training partners that helped you get ready for this moment?
Bro, you can see everyone there. Everyone helped me, you know? Every one of these guys helped me to be here today, you know? So there's no names. I think if there is one name, it's Six Blades family, and I'm really grateful for all of them, you know?
How good does it feel knowing you not only beat the tough Abraham Lamontagne, but you also got the submission in front of your hometown crowd tonight?
Let's go, Six Blades! Hey! Love you guys. We have one more mission today with Sensei Xande. I will be right there in the middle, cheering for him. And I hope he also gets the sub, you know?
Starting off Six Blades, very strong. Give it up one more time for Felipe Costa!
And say one more thing. Man, all I want to say is what I said before. I'm really thankful for everyone, you know. I'm really thankful for every one of these guys that are here today, the students, the team of coach, the whole Six Blades family. I'm really thankful. And if there is one thing that I've been trying to work and get better, it's by believing myself, you know? And I think that we all should do that. We should get moments of your life that we believe in ourselves and we just go for it, you know? So, yes, guys, believe in yourself. You can do amazing things, and we are all together on this journey, okay? I love you all. Us.
An inspiring message. That is now 100% submission rate so far tonight. Let's keep the energy going out for the last WNO card of 2025.
Yeah, thanks, Alex. And Sean, you know, he kind of said there, Abraham Lamontagne is a big, strong guy. But he had Xande, he had Lovato, he had Victor Hugo. You're like, hey, I've been crushed by the three best heavyweights in the last 15 years. It's quite a training room that prepares you for something like that, right?
Absolutely, it's a phenomenal training room.
And you know, congratulations. I love the camaraderie that he's showing with the gym. It's great to see the kind of community that these gyms can build and what they can do for people. It's, of course, the message of jiu-jitsu we're all trying to share. What a great way to kick off the main card. Next up, Oliver Taza taking Chris Wojcik. That's coming your way in just a couple of moments. Stay with us here on With Who's Number One.
Tonight's Who's Under One is sponsored by Swain Mats by Dahmer, the official mat of FloGrappling. Visit Dahmer.com or scan the QR code on screen and use code FLOW10 for 10% off your very own Swain FloGrappling 10x10 foot home mat. Experience the hybrid difference at Dahmer.com.
Welcome back to Who's Number One, 31, closing out the year here in Round Rock outside Austin, Texas. Next up, Oliver Taza taking on Chris Wojcik in a middleweight bout. Expect a lot of movement, and this one could be action from start to finish.
Yeah, I mean, this one is, yeah, Oliver, what can we say about him? I mean, that guy, he's one of the most experienced guys on the planet. Fought almost everyone, except for I don't think he's fought Chris yet.
No,
so this has got to be a match in the making for a long time. And so it's very exciting. Chris, very talented individual, obviously. Taza, super experienced, very talented. This one has a potential for match of the night for sure.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of action. Stay tuned with us here. Let's go ahead, throw it to the MC, and walk these two fighters.
Introducing first, fighting in blue. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighed in at 185.4 pounds. Fighting out of Austin, Texas, and representing Simple Man Jiu-Jitsu, he is undefeated on WNO, Chris Wojcik!
Chris Wojcik makes his way to the who's number one mat. Been competing pretty prolifically over the last couple of years. 4th place at ADCC last year. Had 3 tough matches at CGI earlier this year. Went the distance with Mika Galvao in one of them, Sean. Look for him to really attack the legs from the bottom. It's what everybody knows him for.
And his opponent fighting in red. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighed in at 179 pounds. Fighting out of Austin, Texas by way of Canada, and representing Kingsway Jiu-Jitsu, the IBJJF Nogi Pants champion and European champion, Oliver Taza!
Sean, it's what you said. This guy has fought pretty much everybody. He's only just 32 years old. He's got a record of 189 wins and 57 losses. He'll go to a tournament and he'll have 5, 6, 7 matches, and you know he'll nearly always make it to the top 3. But he's just had trouble crossing that last bit of the finish line.
Yeah, one of the most experienced guys. I agree with you, but I do say that he continues to make little moves to get better and better. So it's going to be an interesting thing. And let's take a note that these guys also took this thing on no notice.
Yeah, very short
really
notice,
cool.
replacing that Corbe-Pato match that we were sadly forced to scrap due to illness. But there's your tape for this one. It's fairly even, all things considered. Certainly the experience edge goes to the Canadian Oliver Taza. We've actually seen him 6 times before here on Who's Number One. Holds a mixed record at 3-3. Last time out was back at Who's Number One at 22. Dropped a loss on a decision to Tynan Dalborough. Very, very tough to finish. I'm expecting guard play from Wojcik and top play from Taza. Well, let's go ahead, get those 15 minutes on the clock, and we are underway.
Both guys coming out, looking to wrestle on the feet. Taza very talented. Wojcik shoots in. Nice single. See if we can get around the corner. Taza on a Kimura there, but
Wojcik almost working his way up to the back, but there's a quick inversion from Taza to retain guard. Stop. You know, Taza, he really does compete non-stop, coming off some big events on the back half of the year. Most recently, Polaris 34 squads match, went 3-3, had wins over ADCC vets Mateusz Jasinski and Santeri Lilius. If you want to catch that, and of course all forthcoming Polaris matches, you can do so here live on FloGrappling. Polaris joining the catalog at the start of 2026.
Wojcik trying to get inside, use this left arm. Like you see how Taza is fighting that near side arm right there. Doing a good job trying to 2-on-1, pull it across.
I'm excited to see the passing in the top game of Chris Wojcik, just because I don't get to see it all that often.
Yeah, he has a nice one. He's very good with his left arm, that near side arm, and he'll put it in the near side underhook and move to the side. He does it very well. He stays safe in there. Really, he does a great job of that.
Yeah, some great performances in a lot of events over the last few years. PGF Season 7 did really good there, lost in the final.
See him digging that left hand inside as Taza tries to get under the leg now. Bottom position for Wojcik. Taza, you see how he's keeping his legs out, circling around the corner. And then
it is going to be interesting to see if Wojcik can submit Taza from the bottom with a leg lock. It's not something that really happens all that often. You know, when Taza loses, it just tends to be by decision.
yeah, he's well versed on leg. He's got a great leg locking game as well. So you can see him trying to get in and pull that leg out. But both guys are very well versed there. So
reaching for a toe hold under here.
So it may take an overcommitment by one of them to actually get their leg into trouble, because I believe if both guys want to get out when they need to get out, they probably could. But if you might see an overcommitment, someone really going after a leg for a little bit longer than what they might have planned, then that's when you can get yourself in trouble. You can see a false reap, but steamer lock.
Taza trying to keep some weight on that right foot, and Wojcik trying to go underneath there.
Yeah, he used the false grip to try to get in even deeper, that little false reap grip, but yeah, you see how fast Taza goes back on the legs as well. Like both well versed on the feet.
Yeah, the crowd appreciating the attempted counter lock from the Canadian. He's originally born in Lebanon and settled in Canada at the age of 14. Made his way to TriStar Gym with Faraz Zahabi, and of course they have some strong links with the Danaher team, and it's led him all the way to here at now what is Kingsway in Austin, Texas.
Chris trying to leg pummel around. I don't know if he's going to circle all the way around north-south, but he's trying to pull in the leg. Now he's got the leg sucked in now. So he's above the knee, but Taza, again, that's a nice inversion to get the leg, the knee line free. Try a toe hold, foot lock on this other side. Taza needs to keep that top knee open.
We are going to get our first judge's favor in just a moment here. Pretty even bout throughout so far.
Yeah, both these guys are so well versed in the game here that, as I said, I think if either guy exits any of these positions when they know they need to, it's going to be very hard for one another.
Favor. Blue.
Wojcik taking the early lead in how the judges are seeing this one, presumably for most of the top position pressure here. Oh, and he's got a good connection now, but slips out quickly.
Yeah, that was very close. Taza's left arm was in there well enough to stop the really tight head arm position. He's trying to sit with that leg, but nothing doing because Taza gets away nicely.
Sean, are there times like that when you just say, hey, I wish you'd chase the back a bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's threatening to both, but he's really trying to set into those leg positions. But at some point, if there isn't really any moderate success there, then yeah, that's when you need to do that. I agree with you. Kind of open up some other opportunities, which might help reinforce your leg game later.
Yeah, and that's maybe where people have been critical of some of Wojcik's matches in the past, right? Is he'll go to the well on the footlock and he'll just keep going to the well on the footlock, and you know, sometimes a little bit of variation and threat and some other things could pay some dividends, but he's the one out there as you get a shot of our former heavyweight champion.
Run into angles after you do it.
Gordon Ryan in the corner. Longtime training partner of Oliver Taza. And conversely, his brother Nicky Ryan.
We have arm drags on our left-hand side as well.
Chris Wojcik, of course, now running Simple Man Martial Arts here in Austin, formerly the B team.
Yeah, Taza staying away nicely, trying to make some movement here. Wojcik having a hard time getting connected. There, Taza just sat down and Chris finds his way to the top. Yeah, I mean, he has good top position. And see if he puts that left hook on top,
trying to staple
and
those
circles
legs over the top.
Yeah, to the right. Right now, most of his passing has just been trying to attack legs. Now he's in on the body lock, so let's see if likes to try to get around the knees.
Now, was that an error by Taza trying to fight for that sort of 2-on-1 arm drag and giving up the body lock there?
Yeah, he had committed to that a long time, and then he's able to get his form in there now. So now he needs to bump up and get that left elbow under the chest. He's got to hide that top elbow. That frame is actually not very good here. You see how he just drove right through it? Wojcik, he drove through it. Now he's flattened, starting to flatten Taza out.
Yeah, this is the most dominant passing position we've seen from Wojcik so far. He's in this half guard here, but he's got Taza flat, and there's a big kip up to escape. It's so hard, isn't it, to get a clean pass without just a brutal bit of upper body control.
Yeah, Wojcik might be able to get around the legs now, because he's got his hands connected again. If he's in a really nice half guard situation, if he moves down and hugs the hip a little bit, be in a good situation. He's trying to handcuff position, but it's hard when you're that low on the wrist. But yeah, now he got around. Here he goes. Got around, and he may jump back to the other side, or he tried to walk back to the other side, but.
Now the diligent pressure and passing attempts of Wojcik really starting to get closer and closer now.
He's getting tighter and tighter now. He's on the upper body. He's got that underhook. Yeah, he's got a great position. He probably could pass here if he's...
Connects the hands now. He's got that control under that far arm, and there he goes, passing to mount. Looking to walk the arm up immediately as Wojcik, and this is great work from him.
Taza can't wait too long to bridge up to that left corner and bring that elbow down. Yep, there he goes. And he not only did he do that, he did a great job of keeping the elbow across the hip line. That's why Wojcik fell off.
That's good defense from Taza, but you've got to say, very firmly, the judges are absolutely going to be leaning the way of Chris Wojcik now as we approach the final 5 minutes of this bout. So Oliver Taza has got to find a way to get some positional work of his own going.
Yeah, it's all that near side is very important there. Wojcik's still going after the foot. You can see that. Trying to hug that from the top.
Judges favor blue.
He could lock his hands again here if he wants. There he goes.
Well, no surprises there on our second judge's favor of this bout.
Taza got to be careful sitting up on posted elbow because he could get handcuffed now. Wojcik's getting deeper and deeper in. He's got that right-handed tight waist. You see that right hand is a problem. You pummel and get over the knees now.
Yeah, Wojcik staying glued to Oliver Taza for the last 5 or 6 minutes of this one.
There he's got that. So if he gets, nope, he's able to get out. There goes Taza's.
Definitely feels, doesn't it, like Wojcik has the bigger frame of the two as well, and he's really putting it to use here.
Taza doing a good job of getting his forearms wedged in there. See that left forearm? There's that handcuff. Every time you post on your elbow, you got to be careful of posting up on that elbow and staying there, because you get your hand, that wrist pulled down in line with your body, and then you get flattened. He's just leaving his left arm behind. So that left arm right there is just behind, and it's hanging out instead of the elbow leading the way. He's using a hand pummel. He's able to save that though.
Wojcik again, almost around, but not quite. Trying to switch back to the body lock. I mean, one other thing you can say, Sean, is the work rate from both guys has been outstanding. I mean, they have not stopped for a second.
Nope. Let's see if he tries to off balance, get a little knee lever or crowbar to get some, get that underhook in play. There he does a great job, this Taza.
Trying to snap down on a guillotine or a front headlock here, but again, you see he's posting up. Wojcik reaching for that handcuff.
Yeah, and it's a good thing for him to do. So you take the wrist and you pull it in line with the body, and then your forearm becomes a straight line. Taza's forearm becomes a straight line in line with his body, so you can just drive him right down to the mat. Then.
Is there a way for the bottom player to build height without putting himself in danger there?
No, posting on the elbow, if you're just going to sit there when someone is that deep, it's difficult. You use a post on the elbow to move. You can't sit there for any length of time when they're that high up in your half guard. It's a dangerous situation. You get flattened quite easy. And then handcuffed. You see how he keeps getting handcuffed there on that bottom arm.
That's looking incredibly compromised right now as we move into the final 2 minutes of this bout.
See if Wojcik brings the right knee all the way over the top and tries to take the back. Because he could like, basically there it goes, the knee cut to the back. There it is.
Well, hopping all the way over this time instead of trying to run around and through the guard. He's going to pummel inside again.
He's got Katagatami. He'll have gift wrap. If he's got an easy gift wrap off the Katagatami if he wants it. Taza, yeah, he's good thinking, using his right hand to help get his left elbow back down if he can't bridge up to that side. He's able to get out really well, though. Very nice defense.
You gotta say, though, Taza is gonna absolutely need a submission to turn this bout around here.
Yeah.
And as slippery as they are, and as good as the leg defense of Chris Wojcik is as well, where is it going to come from for Taza?
Again, that body lock situation where he's going to get around the knees.
We thought, Sean, that this one could be one of the matches that would go the distance. We weren't, it doesn't look like we were wrong, but it's not for lack of trying. I mean, Wojcik has really been consistently trying to advance position. It's a bit of a masterclass in just oppressive, persistent passing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same situation. Wojcik getting inside with the body lock, then having a tight waist, then Oliver posting on that elbow, and he hasn't really switched it up. His defense looks great from here, and he's getting out of everything. But he's not been able to switch his game plan up. And that elbow post was his demise because he just kept getting his wrist broken down right in the handcuff, and then that led to some advancement in position for Wojcik. So very dominant passing, very dominant position match for Wojcik.
Now Chris Wojcik, he's fairly certain he's done enough, as are we, celebrating with the coaches in his corner there. You see Nick Rodriguez hanging out behind as well. Fun match for us to call for sure. A lot of technical positions for you to break down there, Sean. And we're going to bring the replays up in just a moment. You can talk us through some of them, but as you said, the story really, that elbow post and that handcuff.
Yeah, this is when he was already in really tight position. He was able to mount there. Taza got out really nice on pretty much everything. And that's used the forearm to get out. But there's that handcuff on that right hand side after that breakdown of the hand post, and that just leads to that potential back take when he cuts the knee across, tries to sit through. Here you'll see it. He goes all the way up and over, almost on the back, and then his Katagatami attempt, and he just stuck Taza here once he was over the legs and just kept him in that loop, and Taza could really never get out of that once he stuck him in there. He was able to get out of the mount a few times and kept getting that same position.
After 15 hard-fought minutes, we go to the judges. All three see it the same way for your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, Chris Wojcik!
With your winner, Chris Wojcik. He just got a kiss from the fiance, which is well-deserved considering she was the one who told you not to eat that ribeye, which allowed you to make weight on this short notice fight. So how good does it feel to have this performance on such short notice?
Feels good. I'm happy I was able to show kind of some of the things I've been working on the last few months, working on more guard passing and wrestling, trying to not be a leg locker anymore. So, didn't get the submission, but happy with the performance that I showed tonight.
Yes, it was a beautiful, well-rounded game, and this is the first win you got under the Simple Man banner. So what is it like having your boys back there, getting the win, and also, what do you want for the future? Any particular matchup?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I was ranked very high at 185, so maybe I can bump up a little bit in the rankings now and take on somebody who's a little bit higher next time. That would be great. But yeah, and shout out to everybody back at Simple Man. I've been traveling a lot doing seminars, and able to have like super tough training whenever I'm in town is fantastic. So really grateful to all the boys back here, the ones who are here and the ones who could make it.
And how's life been since going home with that $1 million from CJI?
I mean, I try not to think about it because I don't want to get complacent, so just I put it in a high yield savings and I don't look at it.
The grind doesn't stop, Chris. Very smart. Give it up one more time for Chris Wojcik. And up next, we are going to have that women's heavyweight bout. It is a number 3 versus number 7 feed. Paige Yvette taking on your 10-time in the gi world champion, Gabia Pessanha. That is all coming up. Who will reign supreme?
So it's crazy to talk about the feeling now. Was my first time doing WNO gi as black belt, but I get all submission, all fight, and very happy before the championship. I don't believe too much that I can get the gold, but my coach always talk with me. You can do it. Go there, try, and just try it. It was amazing.
Powered by IM8, the all-in-one formula for fighters. Built for performance, trusted for recovery. Use code FLOWSPORTS for 10% off at im8health.com.
Welcome back to Who's Number One at 31, closing out the year here in Austin, Texas. Josh Palmer, Sean Williams on the call for you this evening. Sean, some great bouts so far. We continue on with the main card here. Gabi Pessanha taking on Paige Yvette Clymer. Very, very interesting bout. And of course, one of the narratives in this, really, Gabi Pessanha, she's won everything, but she hasn't really done it in the no-gi super fight world. And she herself knows that that's still a challenge to conquer.
Yeah, and she did very well when she doubted herself. She went and won and finished everyone. And her game is that she has for no-gis fits very well. I mean, she's strong on the leg. She's strong on to get to the back, and she just has so much experience and is just so good. So. I don't think she's going to struggle. That transition for her, I don't think is going to be a problem. Yeah, and she's got a great opponent in Paige Yvette Clymer here tonight. Someone who's physical, strong, very technically sound, very well-rounded as well. So this is a great matchup in the women's heavyweight division. Let's go ahead, throw it to our MC, and walk these two ladies.
Introducing first in the blue corner. She stands 5 feet inches tall, weighed in at 181.8 pounds. Fighting out of San Diego, California, representing Legion Jiu-Jitsu. She's an IBJJF European no-gi champion, Paige Yvette Clymer.
Well, Paige Yvette Clymer makes her third appearance here at Who's Number One. As you heard there from our MC, Rich Slayton, she is the current European no-gi champion at black belt. She's got a very heavy strength and conditioning focus. She teaches the women and kids program at Legion Jiu-Jitsu, but she's got a lot of competition experience as well. A lot of crowd support. Very, very focused coming into this challenge tonight. And she's got the physicality to deal with somebody the size of Gabi Pessanha.
And her opponent in the red corner. Standing 6 feet 1 inches tall, weighed in at 216.4 pounds, fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, representing In-Fight Jiu-Jitsu, she is the 10-time IBJJF champion of the world, Gabi Pessanha!
Gabi Pessanha makes her way to the mat. 10-time IBJJF world champ. She's also won world no-gis. You want to add another 10 times, you can go Pan Championships, another 10 for European Championships. Sean, she did sequential IBJJF Grand Slams. That's when you literally just win everything you possibly can, and you do it 2 years in a row. That's pretty much unheard of. But ready to get started here. This is, of course, her super fight, her no-gi super fight debut. Tail of the tape for this heavyweight bout. Both ladies 25 years old. You see that substantial 5-inch height advantage for Pessanha, standing a towering 6'1", and she's going to carry some 30+ pounds into this one as well. Yellow rash guard for Clymer, black rash guard for Pessanha. 15 on the clock as they touch hands and we're underway.
Well, Paige looked good here her last outing, so I mean, and that is one thing that Gabi will see, right? This will be a good test because Paige has nice leg injury, good heel hook. So
yeah, last time Who's Number One at 28, we saw her. She took a win over Kwani Ramos. Good heel hook victory there.
Yeah.
Pessanha sitting the guard here.
And it's gonna, I feel like that'll be a good test. Is a lot of Gabi's leg locks are, her own leg is dangling on the outside when she takes it, but she's just able to create so much pressure and force.
Yeah, I know you were concerned that a good counter leg locker might be able to capitalize.
Well, we'll see here, right? She's trying to get that straight Achilles on the underneath side. And that's the thing, she's gonna pull a leg in. Yep, she's gonna go, it's a very nice counter for Paige to invert off that steamer lock there.
Clymer representing both Legion Jiu-Jitsu and, of course, Victory MMA out in San Diego, too. Just phenomenal gyms out on the West Coast there.
We'll see if Paige can get into some of these like inside that step back, the inside Senkaku, going for cross heel hook, inside cross heel hooks, things like this she might be able to mix that up. See, she pummels her legs. There, she's on her own entry here. Is Gabby, so she has a nice little entry here. See if she pulls this top leg in and goes after that heel hook on that left side.
I mean, that is
straight foot lock.
That's a deep bit of inside control there.
She has Paige got to get that right leg behind the legs and begin turning away. But Gabi already looks like she's going to take the back if she does that. She's already like that right hand is around the waist. See if she starts pulling the legs. There, she's on that leg, but Paige countered nicely. There's that straight foot lock. Very good. That straight foot lock.
Well, there's a false reap coming perhaps from Clymer. She's just trying to peel that leg out. You see the staple just keeps it intact for a moment. And this head pressure from Pessanha has got to be decidedly unpleasant.
Yeah, I can imagine she has incredibly strong pressure from the top. She's got to keep walking backwards just a little by little until that now she's free that grip. So she's still got to be careful of the inversion there. She's trying to invert.
Clymer was very open that she's been training with a lot of the kind of 200-pound men in the gym just because the stature of Pessanha is very unique in the women's division. Have someone standing 6'1".
Paige holding that far leg there. Now.
I mean, interesting wrist grip she was trying to feed under the leg there.
She's got a great straight foot lock. So she's on that straight foot lock. She has a good one. Paige did a good job.
You saw the bend start to come in the sole of the foot there, just implying the amount of pressure.
Good. Let's look to come up. Let's look to come up, Paige.
Now Sloane Clymer. Husband
good. Come up, Paige. Come up. Beautiful, beautiful work, Paige. Good, good. We're doing good.
And they find themselves back in the standing position.
Push on the shoulders. Remember, we can snap her down or push her shoulders back. Put some pressure on her, Paige. Pressure on her.
Pessanha sitting the guard once more. Clymer just trying to calculate where does she want to enter in. She want to try and dance around the outside. I mean, what tactic would you take to approach this guard, Sean?
Well, yeah, so now she's already put enough pressure to lay Gabi flat. So now around the outside to either lay the leg down so she can start to circle back the opposite way or staple the leg. That would give you the angle to do essentially leg drags, knee cuts. But I think she should be yeah, like that. She should be circling and trying to get to the hip.
We're going to get the first judge's favor in a few moments, but do you think perhaps trying to use cardio as much as possible on Pessanha in that position would have been a good route to victory? Do you think if she can take this deep without getting too fatigued herself, that's a good route?
Yeah, I don't know. Gabi has so much experience. I don't think I've ever seen her just get exhausted.
Red.
And so I think flanking, using positions where it might not, there's no sleeves to hang on to. If you have Gabi on the bottom, using these movement patterns that there's nothing to retain guard with, spider guard. There's no spider guard. There's spider guard leg work, but that's different than actually holding sleeves now.
Oh, and she just gets caught out of position briefly there. Does Clymer not able to turn back in? She's trying to turn just a hand on her head to drive it into the mat. It's just here, you stay.
Yeah, she's kept her head stuck on the floor.
I don't know if I've really seen someone do that before.
Let's see what tactic she will use to break down, flip over, almost like she looks like she's going to do that forward, almost a forward, but not now. Maybe for the back head arm.
Trying to slide a hook in, gets the near side hook.
Yeah, she got an inside leg. See if she
Oh, and a good inversion from Clymer, looking to get something going. K-guard here.
It's going to be hard to off balance there if Gabby starts to put get the underhooks in. She's opening that elbow. If she brings the underhooks in, that's going to be a difficult task. Because Paige is going to need to put her head through the legs. Right. You know, if she's outside the leg like that, it's difficult unless you can flare the foot to get movement. Because Gabby can just underhook, scoop the leg on the right side and clear her out. So
she got some movement going there, and she's in on a knee bar possibly for a second.
Watch her own foot too.
Clymer sucking the leg back in here.
She's got to get her off of that leg, though. Gabby's going to feel decently comfortable in the standing scenario. This happens in the gi almost all the time. She's going to feel pretty comfortable there.
Clymer not able to get the off-balance standing. Let's see if she can find some exposure in this position again, and she circles through nicely. So the corner of Clymer, we're calling for her to come on top.
Yeah.
It's Pessanha who does first.
Yeah, I agree with that. To come up off of the leg entry, but she could get her foot back. Her foot was kind of on the outside. I don't think she could get it back to the middle. And that allowed Gabby to come up. Half guard.
Well, they've called a timeout here.
Not sure if it's just a scratch.
Yeah, some blood on the face of
the nose.
Clymer here. They're going to get a towel and just clean it up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a scratch or the actual nose. Gabby's by the legs. Now she could go to north-south or step all the way there. There's a Kimura attempt coming here by Paige.
Now the story of this bout so far, it's been a lot of pressure from Pessanha, and Clymer has been trying to find these leg entries, but she's been having to do it from these deficit positions where she has to burn so much energy to create the exposure and then go through the process over and over.
See if Gabby has got to push that right knee down. Yep, and look for the mount. She elects to take the underhook off of that. Now she can use her left foot to assist. It's that left foot up on the knee. She's just going to use her hand, which is really good when you have a tight crossface like that. So, well, Paige is able to scoop up the legs. Let's see if she can exit out that back side.
Wow. You got to say, as much as it's been a lot of pressure from Pessanha, Clymer hasn't given up too many bad positions, isn't
Yeah, no, she's doing a great job of like keeping herself.
Red.
Yeah, she's doing a great job of keeping herself in the game. Like her defense is sharp, solid, but she's got to also go from defense to offense. Right? She's got to find her position where she can not only defend but get out of these things.
Well,
Ooh, that's on the net.
yeah, this is the deepest we've got. The strangles coming in. And you expect Pessanha to sink the hips in low here when she gets on top. This is the best position she's had so far. It's a big, big squeeze, and she's just going to cook her in the top position here, Sean.
Yeah, it's going to make her get her arms out. I think, well, maybe Paige, if she can shrug and continue to get down, but yep, she's able to get down low enough where those arms became a really nice defense. But when Pessanha steps off, she needs to go. She's going to have to go and not stop until she's in a better position because she gets stuck again.
So much easier said than
done,
done,
oh my
isn't it?
Lord, yeah, it is.
And of course, all this time, what Pessanha is not doing is really having to expend much energy at all.
No, she's keeping very good control, essentially repeating this whole scenario over and over and over. Turtle.
It's the same. We spoke about it in the Wojcik and Taza match, right? It's a feedback loop that the bottom player just can't seem to find a way out of.
These closed loops where you have the player has a set sequence that they are able to stay on the offensive side of, and all of the defense just resets the situation again and again and again. It never really gets them out of that, and it's just exhausting.
Oh, and especially just a face crush. You see the blood splurging out of the nose of Clymer here. Shows you how much pressure she's under, but again, she's going double scoop with the arms to try and force herself lower between the legs of Pessanha and find some respite from the pressure.
There it is again, a reset back to the turtle position.
Sean, what is it that Pessanha has to do different? You know, think about it from her perspective. In this feedback loop, what is it she has to do differently to be able to capitalize on these positions?
So not much really. I mean, she's getting a little closer to the head arm strangle. I don't, you know, she's going to have her offense that she's going to try on a submission. She's trying to get to the back, and then she's got a Kimura grip. So there's the arm. Now that she's gone outside that, right? So now she's actually committing to submit. Now she should go back to the mount, right? She's out, she'll probably go back to the top. And there, Paige got out of it, right? So she said, you know what, I think maybe Paige is tired enough. I'm gonna try to go outside that loop and try a submission, and it didn't work out. Paige defended nicely and was able to exit out of it. But usually those things they just wear you down, right? They're just wearing you down, wearing you down, wearing you down. And then Katakatame gets tired, arm lock gets tired.
Minute 40 left on the clock here, and it's a guard pull from Pessanha. You surprised to see that, Sean?
I mean, she has a great guard, right? We saw her with a really nice entry. Paige trying to flank around to the side now. She's got to get connection on the shins and then go. Sometimes just trying to run around without real connection is tough. She's on her back, so connect at least one. She tried to leg drag, but I don't think she walked around quite enough, right? Got to walk around way further to get the hip on the floor before you're able to get that angle on a leg drag.
Wow, good defense from Clymer again. Pessanha still going to the well on the straight footlock she's so good at. Into the final few seconds here.
Turtle position here. Sometimes she's gonna dive on something here. Looks like she's gonna dive on an arm, trying to get an underhook and just dive on an arm, but I don't think she's not getting it.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the judges' scorecards one more time tonight. It's not really gonna be any surprise as to the outcome of this one. It was a valiant defense from Paige Clymer. Pessanha just too strong.
Yeah.
Too technically proficient on top. Able to just counter all of the defense and entries.
Yeah, but Paige did a great job staying clear of all the leg game, tried her own things, just couldn't really mount going from defense back into an offensive cycle. In on the leg there, but then, yeah, I think she was like, oh my, I gotta worry about my own leg, and rightfully so. And then just was turtle into these mount situations, back into half guard, right back into this. She scooped her way out, Paige, but she could never really get a reset, and back into the turtle again, and just stuck there for a while.
Yeah, and this was possibly the closest she got on the back position as well, and you'll see some of the pressure on the face here, just the blood.
Yeah, just blood flying out.
I mean, it's unpleasant for Paige, but it's a great shot for us.
Yeah, but Paige did a good job. Like, she got her up there high with that scoop exit, and
After 15 minutes, we go to the judges for a decision. All three see it the same way. For unanimous victory, out of the red corner, Gabby Pessanha!
Gabby Pessanha.
With your winner, Gabby Pessanha. It was an amazing battle. This is your WNO debut.
Yeah.
How good does it feel to get the win?
So it was amazing. First time doing Rules Double One. I would like to say thank you to FloGrappling, to everyone who cheers for me. Thank you guys for coming and do what you guys make a part of this. Thanks so much. So I would like to say thank you to Vito and his family to help me a lot in the United States. I would like to say thank you to Victor's student to help me to train, to get better here. I would like to say thank you to my family from Brazil to help me. I prefer gi, but I'm so happy to try no gi now. And thanks so much. I would like to say thank you to my coach, Márcio de Deus. He's in Brazil, but he always with me, send a message, make a video, support me. Thanks so much for everything. So for grappling, I did this, and I'm excited to the next. I would like to know who's next, and thanks so much.
Well, you mentioned it yourself. We want to know who could be next too. I want you to enjoy your win, but is there any name you have in mind?
I don't know, but I know that FloGrappling has some name. I'm ready. Send me the contract and the location. I'm excited for this.
Give it up for your winner, Gabby Pessanha!
Quero mandar abraço para a galera do Brasil que está me assistindo. Obrigada por todo o suporte. Obrigada a galera aqui do Brasil que veio dar o suporte aqui também. Como eu falei, eu prefiro lutar de kimono, mas eu estou testando bastante. Estou treinando bastante no guia. Estou bem feliz por ter feito minha estreia aqui. Obrigada aí todo mundo que acredita. Obrigada, Vitor, Larissa, por sempre me receber muito bem aqui nos Estados Unidos. Obrigada a galera que treinou comigo semana passada aqui nos Estados Unidos. Obrigada ao Jonathan Gomes por alguns detalhes que ele me deu semana passada de no-gi. Me ajudou bastante aqui.
Thank you so much, Gabby. I'm going to pretend like I got that. We need Howell T here to translate. Give it up one more time. That was an amazing match. Congratulations. And up next, we have what people may call the people's main event. It is the legend, Shanji Ribeiro, taking on Faris Ben Ladam. Now, Shanji Ribeiro, he handled the press conference with class. But Faris, being the self-proclaimed troll that he is, pushed the buttons and made a disrespectful proposition yesterday that left fans' jaws dropped. Here it is.
Shanji, can I ask you this question? Be honest with me.
Of course.
I think you're one of the only men in jiu-jitsu to retire twice, right? I'll retire twice. You've retired twice. You retired at World Ski and you retired at ADCC, right? If you lose tomorrow night, will there be a third retirement? Because I know you're all about breaking records, and to be the first person in jiu-jitsu to retire 3 times, I feel like that's a great achievement, So
I don't think a guy like me really retires. I become masters. Like I said, I'm 44 years old.
You're allowed to compete masters.
Yeah, that's it. I'm still compete. So there's no idea of retirement. I still bring heat to the game. Like I said, you call me a dinosaur, but I still have game.
I mean, look, it wasn't for lack of trying. Faris really trying to get under the skin of Shanji, but a lot of the time he wasn't falling for it.
Yeah, trying to stir the pot, but yeah, no, I think there's probably some fire inside there, but we'll see. Shanji's a professional, He's been doing this a long time, professional guy, so I'm sure it's like everything else. Give him enough motivation, maybe it makes him a little bit more excited, but he's professional, so I'm sure we'll see a calm, cool, collected Shanji. So
yeah, it's a really interesting bout coming up next when we return from our short commercial break. It's just kind of like there's those intangibles. Like, we know how good Shanji is. We know he's done everything. We know that Faris is kind of riding a bit of a wave right now.
Yeah, he's very good.
It's just there's enough of a difference that we're not quite sure how this one's going to play out.
But we'll see.
We'll see very shortly. Join us again in just a few short moments after this commercial break.
Tonight's Who's Number One is presented by Defense Soap, now the official soap and body wipe of FloGrappling. Protecting you for over 15 years. Defend what you have built.
The sport of jiu-jitsu provides so many with a bigger purpose. Jiu-jitsu becomes a part of you. You're faced with so many challenges in the sport, but skin infection shouldn't have to be one of them. And that's our mission. Defense Soap was created out of the need to fight back, because we care about this sport, the families, the athletes, the coaches, and we want to continue to protect people from skin infections, to keep you on the mat. And that's our goal here at Defense Soap, to defend what you have built.
Get ready for our featured bout of the evening. Introducing first in the blue corner. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighed in at 200.2 pounds. Fighting out of London in the UK, representing Los Bandidos, he is an IBJJF World No-Gi Champion, Ben Ladam.
Ben Ladam makes his way to the mat here, representing Los Banditos out of West London. Been doing very well on the competition scene as of late. First place at the World No-Gis. Last year, obviously, just won Masters Worlds. This year as well, he was the coach of Team Europe at CGI2. So really starting to force his way into the consciousness of some of the competitive elements here.
And his opponent in the red corner. He stands 6 feet tall, weighed in at 204 pounds. Fighting out of Austin, Texas by way of Brazil, representing Six Blades Jiu-Jitsu. He is an IBJJF and ADCC Hall of Famer, one of the most decorated grapplers of all time, Ribeiro!
Well, and the crowd respond accordingly. 7-time IBJJF World Champion, 2-time IBJJF World No-Gi Champion, 2-time ADCC Champion as well. Sean, he's been competing at the highest level for 21 years ago he won his first World Championship.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, and you know, it's kind of like, I believe his match with Kit Dale was good preparation for this. You see what he learned from that and where he fell short a little bit and makes those adjustments and see if he makes it for this one.
Well, tail of the tape for this one. 11 years older, that should actually be switched. Shanji Ribeiro, 44 years old and 11 years older. But the stare down is intense here. White and black for Ben Ladam, yellow and black for Ribeiro.
You know, he's good wrestling does for us, and that's where Shanji was caught a little bit off guard. So tying up and getting this contest to good positions for him is going to be key.
I mean, you know, you talk about the overall depth of experience, of course, going the way of Shanji Ribeiro, but you look at the last couple of years, the amount of competition that Ben Ladam's been getting in. I mean, he had a great run at ADCC Euro Childs, right? Knocked up 4 wins, lost to ADCC vet Santeri Lilius in the finals. Similar the year before, you know, only just missed the podium because he ran into Adam Wodzinski.
Yeah.
Like, he's been up there with the top guys. Shanji trying to draw first blood on the wrestling there.
Nice. He actually first snapped him down, and Shanji took advantage of that. Was able to drop him to his hips. Now I will tell you that Shanji is no stranger to flying arm blocks.
I was about to say that Shanji is known for a near impassable guard in competition, but it got tested quickly there on the guard pole. And it's a very kind of old school open guard, right, Sean? Like the open guard we see nowadays, guys are sitting up to look for leg entries a lot. This is more falling back into that knee shield, half guard, wrestle up possibly kind of vibe.
Yeah, he did a nice job of coming up on the leg there, but it was just countered really well for Ferris. Now for a head arm here for Ferris.
Just trying to suck those arms out of position there behind the triceps.
Yeah, I can see Shanji's going to post that right leg up, most likely. He's got to fight those hands. Yeah, definitely got to fight the hands. You could get a 2-on-1, get your elbow out of harm's way.
Ben Ladam staying in a good sprawl position. You see he's got both Owen Jones and PJ Barch in his corner here tonight. Ribeiro sucks back into half guard in defense. I think Greg Sauder's sitting pit side as well there.
Does a nice job, stiff arming, getting the hook in, clearing them out. But Ferris almost came around the corner. He's going around to the north-south, which is a really good strategy. But Shanji's showing a great counter to that, coming up to single, then turtle, then he's got a hand fight. He's going to have to slide back in to some sort of half guard. Or back to the front head arm. That's for a headlock.
Are you concerned about how long Shanji is hanging out in these positions, right? It's ticking time off the clock. It's been a lot of what is effectively a control position on the board for Ben Ladam.
Yeah, I mean, you can't, I think he's just doing what he needs to do, is just defend. And yeah, I don't think he can really hustle these positions. Ferris doing a great job with this front head arms. Shanji could post up the right leg and try to sit in, but
going back to the well on the right tricep of Ribeiro there. Actually, both triceps, you can see he's just pulling the elbows away, not letting the Brazilian connect his knees to his elbow and find some stable base.
he's close to smashing his knees down here. He's got a good staple on the right side. I don't know if he's going to try to knee cut to his left there with that underhook. His underhook, his head could go on the mat. He's in good position here.
Yeah. Saw him preemptively put that kind of low post to the ground in that's going to become the full underhook as he looks to move.
He needs to get the left leg back in good position. There, he did it.
Well, we're through the first 5 minutes here, which means the judges' favor is going to be announced shortly. And Sean, you probably think the young gun is going to be ahead right now.
Yeah, I think he's out in front. He's going to do a great job of.
Judges' favor. Blue.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of staying around the legs, around the guard.
Well, nice show of respect there. That was a running theme throughout the presser yesterday. If you caught their sit down with Alex Wendling, she straight up asked Faris if he respected Shanji, and his response was, "Can you define respect for me?" I'm sure once all is said and done, it will be a bit friendlier, but you know, there's something to be said for the mind games.
So the snap downs have definitely lost a lot of their pop at the moment. So Ferris' snap downs, but nice underhooks. So it's a throw by, or snaps them down again.
Yeah, he's trying to dig those deep, but he's not really getting challenged in getting the grip to the back of Ribeiro's head here. See, he's just able to get it both times. Good shot on the double, but easily blocked.
Yeah, he still had that collar tie, Ferris. So it's hard to shoot when someone has your head. You get those elbow passes and get snapping down to those collar ties. Get rid of those collar ties.
And I like this potential tempo change from Ben Ladam here, right? It's not the shot that's going to get it, it's the shot reshot. And we're starting to see him faint for some of those movements now in the last 30 seconds.
He picked up his pace quite a bit there, that last spin.
We've been very fortunate tonight to have a lot of movement. We haven't seen many calls for stalling, and it's a beautiful throw by to go to the back. And a pickup from Ben Ladam, and hey, the referee didn't stop him. You played to the whistle, right?
Well, he's got a penalty now for that. He did take him down off the mat. Pretty clear that it was off the mat, but it was a nice situation where he passed that, had that elbow pass, and was able to get around the back. He probably just got really excited. He was able to get there.
Yeah, it's the second or third time now he's been able to create a bit more of a scramble.
Stop!
And again in defense, he looks to go to the back, but so they find the edge of the mat. Into the back half of this one here. Still 2 title fights coming your way. Helena Cravar and Julia Boscia, and of course Felipe Pena and Luke Griffith, top of the card tonight.
Forward, Sean. Keep walking backwards. It's okay. Connection. Clear up the head, elbow pass to the slap. Side position. Lovely. Yes. Beautiful. There it is. Nice.
That was a well-timed entry there, but just couldn't come up and keep that underhook.
A good shot earlier on where he was able to force Ben Ladam back off the mat, but they've all been subsequently blocked, and it's a beautiful pummel on double unders.
Beautiful body lock. See if Sean should use that shin to shin to put the knee on the ground.
Perched right at the edge of the mat here, so there we go. We got a break from the referee. They're just gonna check and agree to reset the position.
To the deep half here, but Fritz got his leg out really easy.
Ben Ladam does a good job of forcing Ribeiro back to the mat once more.
There's that shin to shin. That's a good idea to get that knee on the floor in the middle, because if it's not on the floor, it's tough. First can just keep that pressure moving forward. Once again, the headquarters position where he's got that right leg stapled in.
Well, we're going to get our second judge's favor, and it's unlikely that anything has changed in their minds. It's been somewhat one-way traffic there.
Judges favor. Blue.
Sean, what has Ribeiro got to do to try and turn the tide here? Because he's 2 periods down effectively. Even though the bout is judged in its entirety, he's very much on the back foot on the scorecards. So what's he got to do to try and get things going here with only, a little under 4.5 minutes left?
Yeah, I mean, so from the feet, he's really not. He did have that nice double off of the snap down, but he's got to clear. There again, it's a nice entry. He's got to come up with this now. Step into the middle. Step into the middle first, then you can step to the outside. But like Ferris just has, he's just a little bit better there. He was able to defend there nice. Shanji in deep on that body lock, but just couldn't quite capitalize on that. And then this sort of guard area, he's going to have to take a little bit more risk. Actually, Shanji he's getting stuck here for these periods of time where he can't go. When he gets the left leg back in a position, it's just essentially a reset. So there he's going to come up, try to go into deep half, maybe exit out the backside.
He's trying to find his way under the deep half there. It's an interesting position because the leg isn't up on the shoulder like it would typically be.
There, I was going to say, that was a good idea to pull and then go one way, but it was just too slippery. He lost the knee.
Well, PJ Barch in the corner of Ben Ladam, and of course Barch, one of the best to have integrated wrestling into the modern no-gi game. So if they've been getting a lot of training time together, you can see just how sharp the defensive wrestling of Ben Ladam is.
Yeah, I mean, Far's doing a good job of really just staying strong positions. He's snapping the hands off. He's not really been on the receiving end of any sort of collar ties very often. And Shanji's had some really well-timed shots. But you see the elbow passes there, like all that stuff's really nice. It's fundamental. And he's just staying a little ahead of the hand fighting game.
Well, the sweat is starting to pour now as we approach just about 2.5 minutes left in this one.
Yeah, see, there's a nice, he's cleared the collar ties. Blast double.
Yeah,
there's solid fundamentals, really. And
it's the other thing, right? He's the one getting the collar ties, so he can pretty easily dictate when those frames come away. Got a good level change. With a high leg guard retention from Ribeiro, but as you alluded to, Sean, if you're going to take a risk, it's got to be now.
Yeah, there he's kind of trying to get up on the legs, back in the deep half, but again loses the underhook there. Got his foot out pretty easily last time, was able to lean hard enough towards the head and free his foot.
Could he have a bite on the arm here? He thought about looking up the figure 4 grip.
He's going to try to flip over backwards, I think. He's got the hip, so let's see if he can get his leg up, change his mind. But sometimes you get that hip, you can almost do a backwards somersault, and you end up in the leg, on the leg. But like that, kind of like that. But now let's see if he can take the back here. Stay tight enough to come up to the hips.
Oh, and he just loses the ankle. Say it's a great composed performance from Ben Ladam here. He's showing the veteranship that he has in staying calm in these positions. He's being methodical about what he's doing. And he finally earns the pass there, does he? Ribeiro giving up his back in defense.
Yeah, he's got to be careful not to give up too much there without hand fighting well. And so he can explode away with the bottom leg first if he's going to run away. And that would allow him to get back to turtle, but it's only short time.
Now one hook for Ben Ladam. Can he finish strong here? Getting a bit gritty there with the head post as well in the closing seconds. Probably going to see, there we go. We knew we were going to see some gamesmanship at the end. He knows he's done enough. The crowd are not happy. But Shanji Ribeiro says, you know what, show the man his due. Class act, as always.
Yeah, really nice performance by Ferris there to shut him down, just shut Shanji down, and Shanji could never really get anything going from that guard position. He was defending the Z guard kind of nice, but couldn't get the knee to the floor, and just really didn't have that from defense into offense. He couldn't pull that off tonight.
Let's take a look back at some of the replays from that match, Sean. There's going to be a lot of positional changes, some good little wrestling exchanges to talk through as well.
There was that first one where he snapped them down, and Shanji was able to secure the legs, but they went out of bounds. There's this elbow pass into the body lock, and then kind of out of bounds. His foot swept out of bounds. Not a hard landing or anything, but still out of bounds. And then again, Elon, that's great timing on that shot. There's even a better one coming up later. He really timed them well. Farrison on the body lock, got that around, and that's kind of that situation right here. This whole position just happened for a lot of the match. There's a nice timing here. He gets his hands locked, but he just can't step in the middle. He can't get in the middle. He tried the outside. Potentially should have come in the middle first and then outside, but Ferris did a great job of defending and then putting Shanji right back in that position. There's that blast double. And then once again in the guard here where Shanji just couldn't get the knee to the mat. A late attempt at the leg and then trying to take the back, but it just slipped out. Yeah, his foot's gonna slip out right here. And Ferris is a solid performance. I mean, it's super solid. Looked good the whole time through.
Well, you wouldn't expect much less from a black belt under Roger Gracie.
Right,
Let's go ahead, get the official decision.
After 15 hard-fought minutes, we go to the judges, who've rendered their decision for your winner. Out of the blue corner, Ferris Ben Ladam.
Ben Ladam taking the victory here. What a Who's Number One debut for him. Shanji Ribeiro falls to 1-2 with his record here on these mats. And Ben Ladam, oh, Lovato not really playing that game right now. Well, we'll see if there's something spicy for him to say. Ben Ladam is with Alex Wendling.
Standing by with your winner, Ferris Ben Ladam. What does a win over a legend like Shanji Ribeiro say about your career so far?
You know, big respect to Shanji for taking the match. You know, he's a legend. He didn't have to take a match with a younger, fit guy. He could have taken a bit of an easier match, but that shows his character. You know, it's all fair game and love and war, right? So ultimately, like I said at the press conference, there's always respect afterwards, and, you know, big respect to a legend like Shanji. So nothing but love for him. So let's give a round of applause for the legend, man.
Yes, Shanji taking this match on short notice. Now, this was your WNO debut. What do you want next?
Listen, man, they need to put some fucking respect on my name because everyone was doubting me in this fight. They had me counted out. But look, the king of the gringos always comes up on top, yeah? And we're gonna come back again. Listen, sometimes when you say the truth in a world full of lies, it sounds crazy. But Faradinho's the truth. And we'll be back on this stage and all the other stages. We still have unfinished business in Brazil, so I need to get out there and get a leg back for my boy after what happened. So hopefully we can make that happen and get one back for the gringos. It's a declaration of war, baby. We're coming for you.
Give it up for Ferris, your winner.
I mean, Sean, with performances like that, it's a little tough to argue that, hey, it's not going to be fun to see him back and throw some more Brazilians at him.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're performing, you can talk. Yeah, if you're a performer, what's somebody going to say? If you're talking, walking the walk, talking the talk, whatever, you did a great performance tonight. Looked super solid, and I'd love to see him come back. I'd love it.
Yeah, really composed performance from Ben Ladam. Very happy to have him back again. We've still got more to come. We've got 2 title fights coming up. The first of which, of course, is our women's featherweight title. It's Helena Cravar taking on Julia Boscher. Cravar, of course, taking that win with a great performance submission over Elizabeth Clay back at Who's Number One 27. Let's remind you of how that happened and work our way towards the first of these title fights.
It's basically like a spine lock, and she'll use this to get the hooks in most likely. And now she can finish here. She'll be able to strangle here. Yeah, she's going to switch it, so didn't like the position she had on the face. But she's still got her arm. I mean, that's as dangerously close here. Liz Clay needs to get that something around the strangle. Yeah, now it's going to get really tight.
Liz Clay weathered the storm, but Helena Kravar's got the body triangle, and it looks like the arms. And that is it! Helena Kravar wins by submission.
By rear naked choke, and new, who's #1 featherweight champion of the world, Helena Kravar.
Tonight's Who's Under One is sponsored by Swain Mats by Dahmer, the official mat of FloGrappling. Visit Dahmer.com or scan the QR code on screen and use code FLOW10 for 10% off your very own Swain FloGrappling 10x10 foot home mat. Experience the hybrid difference at Dahmer.com.
reached the co-main event of the evening. The Women's Featherweight Championship of WNO. Introducing first, in the blue corner, she stands 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighed in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Midland, Texas, by way of Brazil. Representing Bruno Bastos Jiu-Jitsu, she is the IBJJF Brazilian Nationals Champion and a no-gi World Champion at brown belt. Put your hands together for Julia Bochenek.
Julia Bochenek making her Who's Number One debut tonight in this title shot. She's been training for some nearly 20 years here. Has won world championships in gi and no-gi in the colored belts, but at the black belt level, Sean, she's had matches with all of the big names, but never quite managed to just get the best of them yet.
Yeah, I think that she's going to have to be very physical and very fast, and try to stay outside of the grip of Helena Crevar.
And her opponent in the red corner. She stands 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighed in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Austin, Texas, and representing Kingsway Jiu-Jitsu. She is the youngest ever world pound for pound #1, Helena Crevar!
Well, world pound for pound #1, it really does say it all. Undefeated here on the Who's Number One mats. Silver medalist at ADCC last year. She's the 70 kg champion at Polaris as well. She's won worlds at colors belts just because she hasn't had a chance to do it as a black belt yet, because she's only just 18. And of course, Sean, earlier this year, she took home $100,000 for winning the women's CGI 2 bracket. So what a career already, and so much more to look forward to. Tape for the first of your 2 title bouts this evening. Women's featherweight gold on the line. 30-year-old Julia Bochenek takes on 18-year-old Helena Crevar. The bigger in stature going to Crevar. And you're going to see her put that to use, I'm sure. As you said, Sean, she's going to look for the tie-ups, play from the guard probably, and really look to work her entanglements. Josh Palmer, Sean Williams on the call for you here in Texas. 15 minutes on the clock. White and black for Bochenek, white and gray for Crevar.
I like what Bochener's doing, trying to stay outside with the elbow ties. And now she's got to get around the legs right away. She should circle around the legs and stay sort of in that middle distance until she can create some movement where she's not going to get pulled in.
It's an aggressive and physical start, and as you said, Sean, really trying to work on the outside here.
I think that's a good strategy. It's going to be a long match for that type of strategy, but I think that's a good one to start with.
Well, let's hope she's been working on her cardio to keep putting those lateral passes in.
That was a beautiful move from triangle into leg, and now she's got a very deep bite on the leg here.
Yeah, this could be over. Looking to get a grip on the heel.
Yeah, she's got a backside heel hook here. See if she switches her grip. She's trying to pull the knee in, which is a good idea. She's still got that heel exposure, got the knee in. Now she could go. She back heels hard and pulls that bottom knee forward. You see that? Right now, Bochenek is pushing that leg. Good idea, because if that knee starts to go on the quad, it's going to get really tight, that bottom leg.
See that left arm pinning. It's good defense on the legs, but this is getting tight.
Yeah, she back stepped into where now it's almost even tighter. She had a good.
And that's a great shot of how deep this inside triangle position is for Crevar here. She's just got to try and get some heel exposure.
Yeah, fighting the hands will delay, can delay. It's going to be tight now. She's going to lose the grip on the hand. So, and that's going to. Now it's going to get on a little bit.
Wow, Cravar bridging in, trying to the side of the knee.
Yeah, she got her knee free. It's a good job. She's doing a good job defending. She keeps that bottom leg away.
Straight back into the same position again here, though.
Now let's see if she can pummel that right leg. Push the top leg down, pummel it behind, and just jet right out. So her right leg, that one, she's back stepping in, and that's making it. That can make it tighter if that grip gets on there just a bit sooner. That she could be back stepping into a very tight heel hook.
Yeah, going straight footlock now. She's bridging in hard, and that's a lot of pressure on the foot.
It's almost that Aoki lock where the heel comes out. So she's trying her own footlock. It's a good strategy when you can't get out, is to try to re-attack, to use that as an escape. She did a great job.
Well, good defense.
Yeah, solid
early on here.
Solid deep defense. Obviously been working on that. It's very nice.
Back over here. This corner, this corner, this corner.
Oh, Cravar trying to fight that underhook. She nearly did a good job of wrestling to the back there.
Julia needs these attacks that are going to get her off to the side, right inside the guard.
Yeah, the close guard is certainly not somewhere she wants to be, but it's straight back on the legs for Cravar here, and she pummels that outside foot under this. It's such an annoying position to defend a straight footlock from, isn't it?
Yeah, because the bottom hook will move the foot out into where that heel, it's just shallow. I mean, it's still tight, but that bottom right leg moves the foot into where the heel is now on the ribs, and then you can go legs on the outside. It's super tight.
Push with the other leg. Like the hooks again, like the hooks again. Try to chase the back, chase the back.
Oh, and she gets it, and it was the Aoki lock in the end. You saw the heel just slip out from the straight footlock. Helena Cravar retains the Who's Number One women's title here.
Yeah, great solid defense though. And here we go, we'll look at that. So Helena get in right away, and then that was tight. I mean, that was deep, just the bottom leg. She did a great job of defending on the bottom leg. This heel hook had some bite, but again, great deep defense, pushing that bottom leg away. And this one was just too much. I think this is where she gets that Aoki lock. She couldn't get her foot out of there, and wham, yeah. So tight.
I mean, you know, as we said, Sean, it was great defense from Bocha, but at the end of the day, if you're defending non-stop at a certain point, it just takes one slip up.
This championship bout comes to an end just 5 minutes and 8 seconds into the action. For your winner and still the featherweight champion of the world, Helena Cravar!
Helena Cravar gets the win here. Ricardo Amendolia presenting her with a retained women's featherweight belt. Let's see how she's feeling. She's with Alex.
Standing by with Helena Cravar. You're retaining the belt. How does it feel getting the submission victory?
Yeah, it feels amazing. I was able to showcase different aspects of my game, like attacking the legs, going into the upper body, and some of my wrestling. So I'm very happy with the performance.
At this point, we're running out of opponents for you. What is next?
Yeah, like definitely I want to defend this belt again, and really at who's number one, I'd love for them to open a 155-pound division so that I could go for the second title, and yeah, just keep collecting as many titles as I can.
And I saw you shake the hands of your team. It's very special to be able to do this on the last WNO card here in Austin, Texas. So how proud do you think they are of you retaining your belt?
Yeah, I'm sure they're very proud, but I'm really grateful to have such an amazing team. And of course, my coaches and everyone at Kingsway, super helpful in developing my game. So I'm really thankful to have them.
And up next, we have a teammate of yours, Luke Griffith. You think he's going home with that belt tonight?
Yeah, definitely. I'm rooting for him, and I know that he'll do amazing, and hopefully we can both win the titles at who's number one.
Yes, will Kingsway keep this momentum into that main event? Congratulations, Shelena. You are an absolute assassin.
Congratulations once again to Helena Cravar. Sean, the challenge really here at Who's Number One is we've got to find people to fight this woman. And
yeah, man, it's tough. It's got to be tough. Like, you have to have a way to win, right? So she's very, very well-rounded in her game, and looking good, better and better all the time.
Yeah, well, I'm sure I trust the guys here to be able to do that,
yeah,
right?
Definitely.
We've got one more bout coming up your way. It is the men's heavyweight title, the title that, of course, was vacated by the king himself, Gordon Ryan. He's now cornering in the next match his teammate, Luke Griffith, in his quest to finally beat Felipe Pena and see if he can snatch that title. Sean, we've spoken about it a few times tonight. It's just, it's a great match because both guys, you can see their paths to victory. Yeah. They're both coming in fresh. They're coming in refueled. You know, nothing else really matters at this point. It's a good, solid matchup.
Yeah, and both of their contests had their adversity for both gentlemen. I mean, Luke had this back in both of those matches, and it's just so, you know, Luke's knocking on the door. Right. Felipe's shutting the door, but Luke is knocking on that door. So, you know, is it his night? I don't know.
Well, let's see if he knocks on the door one more time and if he can open it in a few short moments. After this commercial break, it is the final match of the night, the heavyweight title, Felipe Pena and Luke Griffith. Stay with us right here at Who's Number One.
Powered by IM8, the all-in-one formula for fighters. Built for performance, trusted for recovery. Use code FLOWSPORTS for 10% off at im8health.com.
December 5th, the Who's Number 1 heavyweight title goes up for grabs. A new king will be crowned, and two of the sport's most dangerous men step into the fire to claim it. For nearly a decade, Felipe Pena has ruled the heavyweight division. ADCC champion, IBJJF champion, and one of the most complete grapplers the sport has ever seen. Across from him stands Luke Griffith, the young lion from South Africa. Relentless pace, razor-sharp technique, a rising force who's been hunting legends one by one. And now, with Gordon Ryan's throne vacated, the door has swung wide open. No champion, no certainty, just opportunity. Who becomes the next superstar of WNO? Will it be the relentless pace of Felipe Pena or the suffocating pressure of Luke Griffith? For 3 years, Gordon Ryan held the crown. But when he vacated the belt in May 2025, the Empire needed a new ruler. Felipe wasted no time. Since 2023, he's been flawless on the WNO mats, taking out Nick Rodriguez, submitting Haysam Rita, outclassing Rafael Lovato Jr., and at WNO 25, finishing the surging Declan Moody. His path to gold, unavoidable. But destiny always demands a challenger. Luke Griffith burst onto the scene in 2022 and hasn't stopped climbing. Wins over Haysam Rita, Roosevelt Souza, and a dominant shutout win over world champion Victor Hugo have pushed him straight into the spotlight. And his story is tied directly to the throne he wants to seize. Felipe's rivalry with Gordon Ryan is legendary, but this is the next chapter. Luke has trained under the Kingsway banner for years, sharpening the exact weapons built to dethrone Felipe. This isn't just a title fight, it's an ideological war. They've met twice before, once in the ADCC World Championship Finals. Luke came out fast and explosive, but Felipe turned the tide and snatched the submission, crushing Luke's dreams of ADCC gold. A year later, at CJI 2, they met again. Felipe struck first and struck hard, though Luke had just stepped off the mats moments before. Fresh versus fatigued. Now, for the first time, they meet with everything equal, and everything is on the line. A vacant throne, a decade-long champion, a hungry new lion, history waiting to be written. This is WNO 31. This is the heavyweight title the world has been waiting for.
We've reached the main event of the evening. Kalahari, are you ready? This is the WNO Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first in the blue corner. He stands 6 feet, 6 inches tall and weighed in at 242 pounds. Fighting out of Austin, Texas by way of South Africa. Representing Kingsway Jiu-Jitsu, he's an ADCC World Silver Medalist and the #2 heavyweight fighter in the world, Luke Griffith!
Challenger #1 enters the mat. Luke Griffith from South Africa, originally born in Johannesburg, but he's been a long-time member of New Wave, now Kingsway Jiu-Jitsu here. As you heard in the intros, ADCC silver medalist, multiple times no-gi world champion in the brown belt divisions, and he's pretty much flawless here on the Who's #1 stage, and he's taken out some big names, Sean, like Victor Hugo, Nick Rodriguez. He's got all the tools to win tonight.
He does, and he's been in good positions. He just couldn't quite secure them Felipe.
And his opponent in the red corner. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighed in at 232.2 pounds. Fighting out of Belo Horizonte, Brazil, representing Gracie Barra, he is the two-time ADCC World Champion and the two-time IBJJF World Champion and the #1 ranked heavyweight in the world. It's Felipe.
One of the most accomplished grapplers of the modern era. Multiple-time world champion, multiple-time ADCC champion. And again, another man with a phenomenal 4-1 record here on the Who's Number One stage. And as we've said a few times tonight, Sean, he's one of the kind of elder Brazilians now who's really kept actually moving his game forward. He got in tune with the leg locks. He got in tune with the wrestling. He's a very, very dynamic fighter. And of course, one of the things I love as we take a look at the tail of the tape here, both these guys have incredible finishing ratios and incredible finishing instincts as well. There's your tail of the tape. 34 years old, Felipe Pena, the senior to Luke Griffith. Oh, Sean, you fired up for this one?
Oh, 100%, man. I mean, you just don't know, right? Both have been back and forth, so the trilogy's here, buddy.
Yeah, and as you said, Sean, as we get this title match underway, in all those matches, they both had their moments. They both could have come out the victor.
Yeah.
But 15 minutes on the clock here to find out who's getting that vacant heavyweight title. Josh Palmer, Sean Williams here for you from a packed house in Austin, Texas. Thanks for joining us here live on FloGrappling.
Yeah, Luke has a tremendous ability to get to the back from the standing position. So it's, you know, these ducks and slide bys and things like this, underhooks, and so he's very, very good at getting around the corner to the back off the feet position. So
conversely, we look at Pena can do the exact same thing just from the guard
That's
position.
right,
He's
yeah.
so good at coming
Very
up and
good.
forcing the scrambles and the exposure. You know, we mentioned in the pre-show, and you heard it in the excellent hype video there from Reed. You know, they fought a couple of times before, but you take CGI too, right? The last time they met, Griffith fell to an armbar for Pena. He just fought an entire match submitting Diego Pato, and under that format, immediately with no rest, had to fight Pena. So, you know, it's tough to draw full conclusions from that, right? It muddies the waters somewhat.
yeah, we'll find out now, right? So both guys heavy on the call, smacking each other around on the hand fighting. I don't know if Felipe is trying to just keep Luke standing up, and then he's going to drop his level and shoot a double. It could be a strategy here to see, you know, that's an underhook already. See if he does like a far side knee tap. Could be a strategy. He's good like that. He'll to set you up before you know he's setting you up. It feels like he's just collar tying savage-like, but then all of a sudden that's just to get somebody to stand up, and then out of nowhere will be sort of a blast double-ish, or that's how, you know, he double-legged Luke in ADCC, and that's kind of what set that win up, really.
Griffith snatched the single here, and head or guillotine attempt.
Luke has a great guillotine, but I think Luke's gonna
get that shoulder in. We saw him finish Declan Moody with that kind of snatch guillotine as well. Griffith earns the top position here with that single, and that's what he's got to watch out for, the quick wrestle up from Pena.
Stop!
So Felipe is really good at getting entangled the legs, those bear traps, the situations where he'll pummel the right leg over, and get into these scenarios where he can do that. He can tie up your legs, sweep you, get to the top. Oh, Luke on the back again here.
Good counter. That's one hook rolling through, trying to get the second. Looks like he's just about got it.
Felipe was, yeah, he almost doesn't quite have the hip. You see how Felipe's hips are beating him to the ground. Now he has a back control.
Yeah, into the body triangle as well.
And he's got his hand across the face. Felipe got to get that hand in there because he'll finish here. He's going to finish here.
Big squeeze it, and Luke Griffith gets the championship belt. And Pena thinks he held it a little bit too long. But Luke Griffith fired up here, a quick submission win. He is your new heavyweight champion. What a scramble.
Yeah.
We said, Sean, the finishing instinct, they get to the back, it could be over like that.
And that time he was able to actually keep the back, right? Man, it was so close. Felipe almost out, almost out, almost out, almost out, and then he was able to keep the back.
Well, they're still having a few words, and I gotta say, Sean, I understand Pena's frustration.
Yeah, of course, he was tapping. He was tapping. You know, I think Luke got caught up in the moment.
Well, we're going to go ahead and get some replays for you. I'm sure there'll be plenty of people looking back at this finish. It was a great scramble sequence. Let's take a look. These are your full fight highlights. It was a fairly short affair here, but talk us through it, Sean.
Yeah, he had that single. He tried that run the pipe with the head. He was able to put him down with just running the pipe, and then, yeah, Felipe didn't get in on those strangle hands. He just didn't get in on it. And then Luke has a really brutal choke here. And then, yeah, you can see Felipe, and he still gave him a little squeeze. So I don't blame Felipe to be a bit frustrated with that. I believe Felipe was probably just really excited, but yeah, he was able to keep the back. And what was really, I don't know if we're going to cue that up again, but how he kept the back. I mean, Felipe was really close to getting out.
I'm sure we'll see it a few more times in the post-show, but let's go ahead and get the official decision.
And your main event comes to an end inside the 4th minute of action. Your winner by submission and new WNO heavyweight champion of the world, Luke Griffith!
He remains perfect on the Who's Number One stage. And finally secures his win emphatically, you have to say, Sean.
Yeah.
Over Felipe Pena.
I mean, he had been there early on, and both previous contests, the same, like back take early on, but couldn't keep it. That time he made the adjustments, was able to keep it.
I mean, I'm going to need someone to make a meme with the roll counter of how many times Pena tried to get that escape going. But let's find out how our new champ's feeling. He is with Alex Wendling.
Your new heavyweight champion, it is Luke Griffith with a dominant win. I got to ask at the end, there was a little bit of talk going back and forth. Can you explain what that was to the audience?
Yeah, I did hold on a little bit longer than maybe I could have, but I was waiting for the referee to stop it. I'd hit a tap along, but don't talk to the ref to stop, so yeah.
When the belt is on the line, you gotta wait till the ref stops it. You got the submission tonight, and you did it with your Kingsway family here. How does it feel?
It feels amazing, you know. I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who helped me during this camp. You know, there's a lot that goes into it. So to John, Gordon, Gary, Nicholas, all the guys, thank you. To my wife, my sister, thank you guys. I can't do this by myself, so it takes a whole team. So it feels amazing.
You're just 25 years old. What does a win like this and being the heavyweight champion mean to you at this point of your career?
I mean, it feels amazing. This is something that I've dreamed of as long as I can remember, and so to finally have my hands on this, you know, and also to step up and take the place from Gordon. You know, he was so dominant for so long, and he's helped me so much, so to be able to step into this and take over from him feels really good.
I'm sure he is very, very proud. Gordon, can we please talk to you? An amazing performance by your boy. You vacated the belt, he's handing it to you. I know a lot of people in here want to see you out there again, but we know that you're more focused on coaching now. What does it mean to you to be able to see him take that belt?
Well, I was hoping someone was going to win the absolute last year so they could take my spot at ADCC, but this is a close second. You know, I relinquished the title, and you know, Luke came out here and put on a perfect performance, so I couldn't be happier. You know, this is definitely his belt, but I couldn't be happier and more proud of him. You know, coming back and beating a guy who has beaten you twice by submission nonetheless is a super hard thing to do psychologically. So for him to come in and put the pace on and finish Pena the same way that Pena finished him was a very validating feeling, I think, for everybody on the team. So, you know, couldn't be more happy for you.
And now both titles are going back home to Kingsway. What statement does that make about Kingsway Jiu-Jitsu?
I think we killed it tonight. You know, I think with the greatest grappling team in the world, and you know, I'm excited to see what the future holds for the Kingsway people. We have a lot of young athletes coming. We never had a talent pool, a big talent pool to pick from, but now that we have our own academy, you see a lot of young, talented athletes coming in, and I'm super excited for that.
We can't wait to see some of the other matchups coming up for you guys. Congratulations, enjoy the win. This is your heavyweight champion. Give it up for Luke Griffith.